but you can't get there alone. So take my hand and let me show you love. Show you love.
When the sun goes down, here with you I'm found. In your love I drown, I wouldn't have it any other way. Ooh, I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories. I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories. Take me by the hand, let's forget our plans. Dreams are all we have, I wouldn't have it any other way. When the sun goes down, here with you I'm found. In your love I drown, I wouldn't have it any other way. Ooh, I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories. I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. Yeah, I'm making memories with you. Ooh, I'm making memories with you. All of the stupid things we do. We may be young, but we are wild and free, making memories.
Funny things happen in the 21st century. Thought life was playing crazy tricks on me. I found you hanging out at the coin laundry. I was a quarter short and you were there beside me. As we sat back, watched my shirt spin, talked places we've been to, hearts that might never be the same. A rush of blood to my head, heartbeats in my chest. I wondered how things are gonna change. If we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we next to me. Every time we touch it opens up a mystery. Looking at the world around so differently. We drove up and down through the coastline. I found you in time when I was looking for some change. It's fate, but we called it luck. Think I'm falling in love. Then I heard you say, if we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we align the stars, you think we'll bind it. If we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we go down this way, you think we'll find it. If we align the stars, you think we'll bind it. If we go down this way. Who we are, who will we be?
ASL 시즌 9 Reflection. 프리겁 스튜디오 라이브 ASL에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
What's up, everybody? It's time for the last group here in the round of 24 in the ASL. Tasis joined with me is our Tosis in an almost entirely empty studio. We cannot have an audience because coronavirus is still an issue. We're going to be going to a quick interview with our four players, getting their thoughts on questions that our host will ask and also fans have submitted, and then we'll be jumping into our games. So let's meet our players. Hello.
먼저
You say
인사
hello
나눠볼
back.
선수는 변현재 선수입니다. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
Over to you,
변현재
Minnie. Hello.
선수 그간 몇 시즌 동안에는 시드자로서 16강에서 이제 선수들을
So,
기다렸는데
for the past several
정말
season,
오랜만에 예선을 통해서 또 이렇게
you've been waiting for a long
24강에
time.
올라오셨어요. 예선 치를 때 좀 기분이 이상하지 않으셨나요?
This time you had to move to the qualifiers instead of automatically being seeded. What was your feeling during that?
24강이 좀 문제인 것 같아요.
오늘 조에 대해서 그럼 좀
Whenever I have the
어떻게
qualifiers, I
느끼세요?
always have a mindset that I won't be losing to anybody. So I was actually not too concerned entering the qualifier.
어려운 조라고 생각합니다.
The problem, though, for me is the round of
근데
24.
오늘 변현재
Well, what do you think of your
선수에겐
group?
좀 의미가 있는 날이잖아요. 3월 3일
I
기억하시나요?
think this group might be the most
어떤
difficult
날이죠?
or the second most
동호
difficult.
형을 이긴 날이죠.
그렇죠.
Do you remember what
변현재
happened
선수가
last year on the
처음으로
same day,
개인리그
March
결승에
3rd?
또 올라간 날인데
Yes, that's right. I remember that.
그날의 기운을 좀 받아서 오늘 좀
He's talking about that's referencing him making it to the finals exactly a year ago. Yes, that's right. That's correct. That was 1 year ago.
뭘 해도 좀 잘 통할 것 같은
So
느낌이
just like
들긴
last year,
해요.
did you prepare some great
과연 그
strategies for us
기운을
today?
오늘도 이어갈 수 있을지 좀 지켜보도록
Yes.
하겠습니다. 자, 계속해서 황병현 선수와 인사 나눠보겠습니다. 정말 오랜만에 개인리그 진출에 성공하셨습니다. 거의 11년여 만에 올라오신 걸로 알고
Okay,
있는데요.
Barracks.
소감이 어떠신가요?
일단은
You made it to an offline event.
오랜만에 이렇게 경기장에
It was 11 years
이렇게,
ago, though. You're finally back. How do you
왔는데
feel to be on stage again?
아까는 긴장 안 되는데 지금
Yes, it's
또
been a long
긴장이
time.
긴장이 좀 되는 것 같아요. 그래서
I wasn't
그래도
nervous at all,
오늘
but
좀
now that the interview started,
잘하시는
I'll say I
분들이라
feel a little bit of
부담 없이
anxiety.
할 수 있을 것 같아요.
It's becoming real to me.
24강 아무래도 마지막 조에 좀 속해 계셔서 예선이 끝나고 상대적으로 좀 준비하실 기간은 충분하셨을 것 같은데 좀 묘수를 준비해 오셨나요?
일단 마지막 조여가지고 사실 좀
So did you have enough time to
좋았어요.
prepare for
연습할
this?
시간이 너무
Do you have any special
많아가지고.
strategies for us?
맵도
Yes.
좀 어려운 것
I've had plenty of time to prep.
다른 선수분들 이제 게임하는 거 보고
Although I think the maps are a little bit tricky for me. I spent a lot of time reviewing VODs of other players, actually. I've studied a lot. Anyways, I'm confident going into this.
팬분들도 많이 반가워하실 것 같은데 좋은 경기 좀 기대하겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다.
자, 계속해서 또 오랜만에
Well, I'm sure your fans
개인리그에서
are very happy to see you again.
만나는 선수인데요. 자, 유영진 선수입니다. 자, 경기장에서
Let's go to
오랜만에
you now,
또
Rush.
6시즌 연속 또 이렇게 ASL 본선에
I
진출하고
think
계신데요.
you,
자, 이제 24강 정도는 긴장은 별로 안 되실 것 같아요.
근데
even if it's yet another ASL, it's your 6th season in a row. How does it feel to be back here? Are you nervous at all as well?
해서 왔습니다.
지난 시즌에는 또 오랜만에 16강에 진출하셨지만
I just prepared really hard.
가지는 못하셨습니다.
So last season,
이번
you
시즌
made it
좀
to the round of
목표하고 계신 바가
16,
있나요?
a big milestone, but you couldn't make it further than that. What's your take on this season of ASL?
일단은 좀 욕 안 먹는 경기를 좀 하고 싶어서 그거를 좀 목표로 삼고.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it further than the round of
좋은
16.
경기력을 좀
but my goal is a little bit
보여드리겠다 하는
different.
목표가 있으신 것 같아요. 기대하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 마지막으로 또
he's saying I'm
황병영
hoping to just show
선수만큼이나
better games
경기장에서
overall to my
오랜만에
fans.
뵙는 선수죠.
That's what's more
김명훈
important.
선수와 인사 나눠보겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
Yes,
네,
that's, he
안녕하세요.
says confirms that. Yes, that's what I mean.
만에 ASL 진출이시네요.
All right,
돌아오신 기분
Queen.
어떠신가요, 김명훈 선수?
It's
네,
been
너무 오랜만에
3 years you're back here at ASL. How does it feel to be back?
떨떨하긴 한데 그래도 오랜만에 온 만큼
Yeah, I don't. This doesn't feel real to me.
하겠습니다.
It's actually been such a long time for me to be in the studio. But now that I'm here in the round of 24, I want to work really hard to try to move on.
유진우 선수에게 패배하면서 사실 김명훈 선수를 응원하는 팬분들은
At the Seoul qualifiers, you were
마음으로 또
defeated
예선을
by-
보셨을 것 같아요.
Did you
그때
catch
당시에
that? Who?
기분은 어떠셨나요, 김명훈
I
선수?
didn't catch the
He was
player.
defeated by Beast.
Oh, Beast, okay. Some of your fans are worried you might not advance.
떨어질 것 같진 않았고
네.
올라갈 것 같았는데
What was going through your mind
번째만에
when you were in the
올라가게 돼서
qualifiers?
다행이었어요.
오늘 느낌은 어떠세요? 오늘 16강에 올라갈 느낌이신가요?
네, 오늘 제가 원래 집 밖에서는 좀 경기력이 별로 안
he
좋은데
was pretty confident he was
세팅을
going to make
해봤거든요. 세팅을 했는데 뭐 책상이나 의자
But
이런
the
게
tricky
너무
part was going to the qualifier
완벽해요.
anyways.
마음에
I'm here now.
예,
I
그리고
have to
여기
focus on the
경기장
now.
온도도
Well, how do you feel being
따뜻해서
here
너무
now?
좋아요.
So when I was getting my settings ready,
모든 컨디션은
everything
일단
went really
만족스러운
smoothly. I've
상태시죠.
got my setup
오늘은
going.
괜찮을 것 같아요.
네,
Even the
기대하도록
temperature of the
하겠습니다.
studio
자,
is quite
본격적으로
nice, so
팬분들이
I'm feeling
남겨주신
good.
질문을 좀 전달해 드리겠습니다. 먼저 변현재 선수. 이 변현재
Okay,
선수는
now
사실
to the
출중한
fan-submitted
저그전
questions. To
실력이
you
먼저
first, Minnie.
떠오르는데 이 최근 2달 동안 테란전에서 온라인 전적은
People think about
거의
you, Minnie, they oftentimes think about your
70%에
PVZ.
육박할 정도입니다.
Now, for the
뭔가
last
테란전에
month,
대해 깨달은 게 있냐고 질문해 주셨어요.
your win rate against Terran was
저도
great.
잘 모르겠는데
It was more than
온라인에서는
70%.
테란전이 좀 더 잘 되더라고요. 최근에 저그들이 너무
Did
잘해지는
you find
건지
anything that helped you
모르겠지만
deal
저그전이
with
힘들고
that specific matchup?
테란전이 좀 더 나아진
You know, I'm
것
not
같아요.
really sure.
현재
Maybe
본인의 테란전에 대한
I feel like it's just
본인
doable
스스로의
for me
평가는
against
어느
Terrans.
정도로 올라온 것
Personally, I
같나요?
근데
feel
저는 그 승률이 좋다고 해도
I find it just more
다른
difficult
선수들
to face
비해서
off
훨씬
against Zergs
더
than Terrans.
못한다고 생각하거든요.
Even
근데
I've
조금
had,
승률은 잘 나오는 것
even
같아요.
though I have a good win rate
오늘
though,
경기력으로 또 뭔가
against
보여주지 않을까 하는
Terrans?
생각이 드네요. 다음은 황병영 선수에게 남겨진 질문입니다.
he's saying he's not exactly showing the same kind of results he's done in other offline tournaments.
그 당시인 2009년의
Barracks.
황병영과 현재 2020년의
11 years
어떤
after
것이
you made it to
가장
the
많이
main stage,
달라졌을까요?
you're here again. What is the barracks of 2009 compared to the barracks of 2020?
좀 나이를 또 먹다 보니까 어릴 때와는 다르게 좀 긴장을 좀 덜.
Well, I'm older now.
네.
좀 편안해지지 않았나
I think
경기를
that I'm
시작할 때.
not as nervous as I would have been if I
때도
was younger.
그렇게까지 긴장 예전만큼 긴장하진 않았거든요.
Even at the qualifier,
네, 그게 좀 달라지지.
I was nervous, but I wasn't.
성숙해진 황병영
I
선수의
guess as
경기력이
overall
기대가
stressed out as I
됩니다.
would be
답변
as my younger
감사드리고요.
self.
자, 다음은
So I
유영진
feel more
선수에게
calm, I feel more in control.
드리겠습니다. 자, 유영사 10찬 6
Let's go to you,
좀
Rush.
짓궂은 별명들이 많아요.
네.
자, 이번
Rush,
시즌을
you're-
통해서 좀 얻고 싶은 긍정적인
You have
별명이
many
있으신지
nicknames.
질문을 해주셨네요.
If you could pick one that stands out to you, which one would you take as far as positive nicknames go?
하겠습니다.
상대방을
네, 그렇죠.
이번 시즌에 좀 보여주고 싶은 모습은 정말 좀 상대방으로
I just tried my
하여금
best to get a
무서운
positive nickname.
느낌을 주고 싶으신 거군요.
네, 맞습니다.
네, 기대하도록 하겠습니다. 자, 마지막으로 김명훈 선수에게 질문 드릴게요. 준우승 경험도 있고 4강도 여러
So
번
you just wanna come off as
진출하신
fierce during your
경험이 있는데
games? Yes.
아직까지 트로피에 입을 맞춰보신 경험은 없으십니다. 그만큼 좀 우승 가깝지만 먼
So
느낌이실 것 같은데
you've been a runner-up, you've been to
김명훈
the semifinals many times, but you've never achieved a trophy. What is it? What is a championship mean to you? And this is to Queen, by the way.
어떤 의미인지 아직은 잘 모르겠고.
That's correct. I've never actually won a championship. I don't know what it feels like to lift the trophy or to get to the finish line like that.
좀 찾아보고
So
싶다는
this
멋진
time,
각오까지
excuse me, so
들려주셨습니다.
throughout these
네 분의
seasons,
선수
I've
인터뷰
been.
감사드리고요. 오늘 최선의 경기력 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
Oh, okay. Sorry. He says
LG
he's very
울트라와
eager to become a
하스트가
champion.
함께하는 ASL
Okay.
시즌 9 24강
Guys,
F조 경기
that
과연
does it for our
어떤
interview.
선수들이 16강에
It's time to start our games.
잠시 후에
As we
펼쳐질
have throughout the
경기를
round
통해
of
확인해 주시기
24,
바랍니다.
we do
지금까지
have our weird
연정이었습니다.
map for the first two games, Inner Covet.
Reflection.
Yeah, and we have a TVP and then
Right.
a TVZ. So far, Terrans have not beaten Protoss or Zerg on this map.
Yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of really good ideas of how to best approach the map in the different matchups. But yeah, so far it seems like Terrans are not coming out on top. And this is similar to the predicament we had on the map Sparkle. Although these maps are quite different, we're seeming to have the same results. I think Sparkle was even more slanted against the Terrans as we continue to unpack the meta on those maps.
Well, the season overall, like, definitely Intercoven, people have had a hard time, but we've seen some cool builds evolve, and it seems like people have given themselves shots. But so far this season, we've had 9 Terrans play. They've won a total of 3 maps against Terrans, or against Zergs and Protosses.
Right.
There's been 2 TVZ victories on Escalade and 1 TVP victory on Neo Sylphid. So
that's right.
If neither of these guys pull it together here today, we're going to have a little bit of a sparse round of 16 as far as Terrans go.
Yeah. It's definitely a map. You know, sometimes we'll have maps that are pretty crazy against Terran because Flash has been so dominant in the past. And so some of this is, in a way, map makers almost attempting to nerf Flash.
This has been going on since Nada. Like, you remember Luna? That was the first stab in the heart of the Terran race due to Nada's dominance back then.
And that was a map where you couldn't build anything in the middle.
You couldn't build anything basically anywhere.
Yeah.
It was.
Most of it was just this craggy ground. Yeah. And so, and that was at a time when Terrans pushed with more structures in the middle of the map. The game's different now.
Yeah, sure.
But that'll happen. Look, sometimes you get a player who's just so damn good at something that everybody has to try to figure out a way around that. So here's what we have in the round of 16 so far. It's 4 Terrans, 4 Zergs, and then 6 Protoss. So fairly even distribution, but we're going to see how this finalizes as we wrap today up.
And if Mini somehow loses today, then we can actually have a very even round of the next round.
I don't think he will, though. I think it's hard to.
Yeah,
he should actually get out first. So
I think Zero has a decent chance. Like, Zero's great.
But I think Mini's very strong in PvZ if they have to face off. And a lot of times he seems like he is actually the best PvZer. Him and Bisu, I guess you could say. So anyways, here's our players. 2 Terrans, 2 underdog Terrans. Artosis thinks these Terrans are going to get out. He couldn't be more wrong. Artosis, your Stormtrooper Terrans are going down.
One of them could squeeze through. Rush is really good. Don't underestimate it.
He is. That's
really,
right.
Really good. And Barracks is quite strong, but like, can he get through this group? This is a hard group.
Yeah.
This is a real hard group.
Queen, by the way, has got a lot of really good educational videos on his YouTube.
Brilliant.
He's very smart with his race. I think he's one of the best StarCraft educators out there in the Korean language. Him and Flash. Yeah. Of course, and Stork's got some good stuff too. But Queen has shown he's got a really deep understanding of all the subtleties of Zerg. But he's one of these guys, he doesn't come out and win.
I mean, he did all right last KSL season. He got round of 4, right? And lost to Rain.
That's right. There's no shame in losing to Rain, especially at that time. PvZ, especially Rain, was very good in that matchup.
But coming in here, it is Intercoven. We've seen the metagame evolve completely on this map.
Yeah.
Of course, Mini is already a very strong Protoss player, already very good with shuttles, really prefers shuttles, in fact. So it feels like this should be a very winnable map for him, but Rush will be bringing something cool, right? He's had the longest to prepare for this map, and Rush plays an overall very aggressive Terran style, which I think helps you here. When we get wonky map pools, the aggressive Terrans shine compared to the macro Terrans.
A lot of times these timing attack Terrans or Terrans that drop a lot, they can throw off a Protoss player.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes if you're against like a really, really good Protoss player on a weird map, I don't think it's a wise decision to like let the game pan out.
Yeah.
You know, don't leave them alone. It's better to get in there and try to kill them. Try to give them a black eye.
He's versus Barracks first, I'm sorry.
I don't know why I thought he was
against Rush first. Anyways, well, Barracks, good luck, buddy. Good luck. That's a tough one.
I mean, it's been 11 years. He's a very, very good player. He says he's not nervous, which is great. But I think Mini is somebody who's actually had a ton of stage experience recently, is very comfortable. He's somebody who takes losses hard. But I don't think there are going to be losses for him today here. Certainly not against Barracks. I don't know, but let's see. We don't really know who Barracks is trained with. He said he's watched a lot of VODs to study, which makes sense. I think on a map that's this weird, especially if you're a Terran player on this map, I mean, just see what else other people are doing. If there's anything you could steal from that or emulate from that. But yeah, look, I think it's going to be very tough.
A sick gamble here. Like, either use that awesome dropship 2 fact play that we saw,
Right.
Or maybe do something insane like get 2 SCVs in the middle and go Marine Medic.
Yeah.
And get in before an Observer gets to your base, you know? Well, I guess the probe comes anyways. I don't know, man. It's like, it's tough.
All right, I'm very curious to see what Mini's approach is going to be on this. He's definitely on the forefront of Protoss thought here. I want to see what strategies he's going to bring here against Barracks. Game 1 is ready. Let's go.
ASL 시즌 9 게임 준비 완료.
Ready to go for a ride. Ready to fight.
이너코분에서 게임을 시작합니다.
You know, Tasteless,
What's up, Artie?
you know, I sometimes really think to myself when I have like a tough ladder session in the morning, which is every day.
Yep.
And I think, how would my life be different if I had chosen Protoss instead of Terran way back when?
I watched that stream.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I had chosen Protoss in the beginning and played Protoss all this time, and the vision I keep getting in my head, you know SLC Punk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do know this movie.
I feel like I would look like Bob and like also have 2 ASL championships.
Oh, Heroin Bob?
Yeah. You can't even get the headset on my head because my hair is so wild.
But somehow Artosis would have died way too early, like Heroin Bob.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Tasis would be there saying, only posers die, Artosis. I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
No. It's a good one, though.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I feel like every time we have a game on this map, we have to just briefly explain this map because it's the weirdest map we've had, possibly ever in StarCraft. But there's permanent disruption webs on these long pathways that connect these bases. There's also eggs, so workers can move through the eggs, or mine-click move through the eggs. Other units cannot. In theory, we and a lot of other players, it looked like, concluded that the Protoss wants to rush into carriers. And this is one of the few maps.
That was the early meta.
Yes, but the meta shifted so quickly on this map that Protoss has realized that all the Terrans were, of course, just going to try to push and kill a teching carrier-making Protoss.
Yeah.
That the Protoss, I think, really smartly flipped the meta on its head and said, we're actually going to go try to blind counter a timing push here by just going for a ground army.
We saw Stork do that first in ASL.
Right. And it was, I think, one of the smarter, quick meta shifts we've seen here is just to blind. Because also, look, guys, this map's not going to be around for a long time.
No.
I'm not.
This season, I don't think we'll ever see it again.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come back. Okay, now this makes it a little bit more interesting because he just took Terrence gas. But, yeah, it's a map that I think players are trying to figure out how dirty to play on as quickly as possible to get a leg up to blind counter because it's going to be gone very soon. This is not like Circuit Breakers, which is just, it's going to be with us for a long time. Or Fighting Spirit, you know, these are maps that have already been around for a long time. Now, the fact that he took the gas, sure, Terran can actually just take the opposing gas over here, but there's a plate underground at the starting location, so you can't put your command center right over it. So you'd have to have, I want to say, maybe 2 extra workers or 1 extra worker to mine the gas efficiently, I think.
Yeah.
I actually just don't know how much
it would need 2 more extra workers here, so you should mine with 5. By the way, this pro harass has been so annoying. I really feel for Barracks. Mini's trying so hard. What does he want to do? Win the ASL?
Yeah, he wants to win so badly. Yeah. It's pretty sad. It's just a computer game, man.
Well, that's a weak mindset. Have you seen that new ninja meme?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
this.
You don't know this ninja meme?
No. Now you're the cool one, and I'm the one. What's going
tasteless. People just spam it in my chat all day long.
The ninja meme. Were you talking about the streamer?
Ninja the streamer.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be a streamer. I don't know what he does now.
Yeah.
But he tweeted something about how it's such a weak mindset to say it's just a game, and then just everyone has made it into copy pastas. Because he's like saying how like you should be angry when you lose and stuff, and I'm like, well, I mean, I get angry when I lose, but even I know that's wrong.
Oh, that's funny.
So Factory coming up, eBay on the way. It looks like, I mean, yeah, okay, so Reaver drop, a 1 base, very quick Reaver drop from
This is actually the classic Protoss Island map build, like the very first year the game came out. 2 Zealots and a Reaver and a shuttle. I think this might work out really well. The fact that he's delayed factories out this much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is he going to get 4 Zealots and put a shuttle and then get a...
You can just block any units from coming to the base, right? Like, Siege Tanks and Marines can't walk through if you just put 2 Marines, or 2 Zealots on hold position, or 3 Zealots on hold position.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So if he just ferries those over...
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this map. You know, it's so funny. It's so different.
Yeah.
So he's going to come through here. This might be a pretty short one, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. Because he's making a bunker there. Well, he has a bunker with Marines already getting into it, so that's like... It's a good idea, I think. I think it's a very good idea.
Okay.
I think he needs another turret, though.
Yeah, well, if he can just get the surface area set up well enough that...
Oh. Even if he loses a few SCVs here, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. He does need to prevent the Reaver from landing, though.
Yeah, which might even mean putting Marines over there to try to get underneath that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was going to try to block this.
Yeah.
He said he's going to run in.
Because if you can block it from a siege tank coming through, like, there's real chance of just killing that expand.
This seems
but
like
these are like really hurt.
This is like a kill move that could end the game immediately if the Protoss did it right, but I'm also questioning sending the Zealots the whole way through, because yeah, now the tank can come in there.
Yeah.
The tank is actually what stops the Reaver. Even though Reavers can kill tanks pretty well,
yeah.
A tank in siege mode that's covered well enough.
Ah, he kills the plate with a Reaver Scarab. I like it. That's really cool. He didn't want to take that off-center Nexus. No, thank you.
Now, where does he want to go, though?
I guess he goes to the main, because that's like pretty well defended there.
And the Reaver cannot fire in the disruption web, so...
Yeah, he's not going to get anything done with this. Nice micro. Good enough from Barracks.
So he's coming across, and I like the idea of what Mini's doing, but I think Terran's outpaced him here.
Yeah.
You know, it just... This is... in my opinion, from the Terran standpoint, actually totally manageable now.
Yeah, no, well, it feels very much like Barracks is winning. I mean, you go 1 base Reaver and don't do anything against a Command Center first opener?
Right.
Look at this, he's making a Wraith. Like, what are you going to do with these shuttles? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's not like you can suddenly attack with gateway units or something.
Yeah.
So I think Mini has to double expand here. And I think Barracks just has an advantage, and maybe he can just do a nice timing push through the center.
So
really.
Even though the opening moves here, from Mini, one would think it would vault Mini ahead and actually give him this really nice timing to come in here and end the game, but I think Barracks handled this really well. There were some questionable decisions here by Mini, and now the game goes on. Now Protoss, we can assume, is getting shuttle speed here and is continuing to expand around the map.
You know what would be really cool, by the way? I think about this map so much when we're casting. I just thought of something, though. Like, what if you floated an eBay over all the disruption web areas? You'd have so much vision. You'd be like, those would be like Terran overlords. They just never die against these gateway armies.
If you floated an eBay over
all of the disruption web things. Like, you float 1 over each, and you just see where the Protoss is going, because they can't attack with goons.
Oh, how funny. Okay.
Float your
this
Barracks over
map's so weird, man. Now, hold on.
Oh, God. Watch this. He's just going to kill him now. He's like, oh, you thought I wasn't coming again?
Well, he does not have that Reaver ready. He just got it shot down.
He had 1 damaged Reaver in there.
I think these are actually rangeless Dragoons, too. So it's like a little bit harder to actually catch up.
Well, that didn't feel like it was super good.
He might want to just keep trying to drop there over and over. Maybe not with this many factories.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes if you have enough shuttles with speed, you can kind of dish out enough units over there that
2 Reavers or something. I could have seen that doing it, but yeah. Now I'm just kind of looking at this, thinking about how strong this 5 or 6 factory push is going to be.
Well, speed shuttles can be good for stopping an early on push, but you have to have enough. You know, if you don't have enough to just take it on directly, you will lose. But I think if Barracks is going to win a game here against Mini, so far this looks like it's going to be the game.
Yeah.
And this will completely change the entire landscape of this group if Barracks wins this, because he's the one player we were probably most confident could not beat Mini.
Yeah, I would definitely go with that. But let's see what Mini has up his sleeve, because he's definitely not dead yet. All right, so double speed shuttle going up towards the natural. Is he just going to dive bomb on? I guess so.
Tell you what, this isn't a bad idea. Unfortunately, he does not keep the shuttle alive.
I feel like you just run 2 Zealots and block anything from coming in now.
You know, it seems like Mini hasn't figured this part out. Like, I'm sure he's aware that it
look,
can happen.
units are coming. What if he blocked those units from coming? Or are you going to stop this with 4 Marines in a bunker?
By the way, it's really important that Terran micros the tanks back as each of these shots is fired from the Reavers.
Like, seriously? I think he should have just... If I'm Barracks, I'm still happy. You know?
Yeah, well, your tank out's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, he's not really losing that much. He's running away in time. It's like, what did you get here? You killed his Marines and 2 turrets and a tank?
You know, one thing, though, is that when the push actually starts, it'll be possible to continue to counter-drop over there.
But if he remakes the turrets and you just keep doing that, like, you can't break the push. Because he doesn't have Psystorm.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right.
This is looking good for Barracks. Truly. I almost feel like I'm watching a Protoss computer where speed shuttles keep dropping crap in my base, and I'm like, what? Really? Like, you want to drop that there? Okay. All right, flies by this Wraith. Goes into the turret. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Is Mini going to lose this? That was definitely... Let me tell you something. Out of the 2 shuttles there, the one with the 2 Dragoons was not the important one, guys.
Yeah. And all that's dead anyways now.
Mini's about to die, dude. I hope I'm wrong, but I mean...
No, I hope you're right.
I can't believe this.
You get a map win for the Terran race on
you
this
and your
map.
stormtroopers are going to take this. I can't believe it.
You're such a bimbo. You don't even watch the Star Wars movies. You're not a fan.
No, I'm an anti-fan. I mean, even if Protoss does drops here now and hurts Terran economically, what is he going to do against this push? I mean, there's just not much. I mean, there's so many tanks here, man.
It seems very hard to break. Like, he has 6 gates. Oh, 8 gates. 8 gates, and he has Reaver tech.
But there's so many Vultures out here, too, even with speed lots. It's also a narrow area. Protoss need open areas to really surround an army.
They're the same supply, which, I mean, this just has to favor Barracks.
Yeah, and the gateways are right there.
Well, I think he's going to have to let him kill the gates, because the gates are, like, making a wall that helps him even more.
Yeah, but I think even then, I think he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, there's no way that this attack's doing anything. My God.
Well,
brutalized.
Yeah, and there's plenty more here for Terran. Wow, look at this.
Yeah, Mini's dead.
Yeah, unless something pretty incredible happens, I just don't think it's physically possible. In fact, Cell at Legs is still not done yet.
Yeah.
Like, a moment like this would have been really handy if they were a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Even then, I think Terran wins anyways, but...
He would still hold, but...
Yeah.
He would have killed, like, 3 more tanks. Probably has another round of Zealots coming out, but now it's only 6 Zealots because so many gates have died. All right, he has 4 set to evacuate, so it's 3 mining bases against 1. It just seems like there's enough units here.
Let's see how these Reaver shots do. Oh!
Well,
yeah, I mean...
We got about 28 seconds before 5 more Zealots pop out.
Yeah, he's just going to gun down the pylon. In one of the rare moments when it was time to actually target a StarCraft 1 pylon.
Oh, it's never right. Probably those other pylons reach those gates, Tasteless. These are StarCraft.
It's always funny to me that the Protoss race would have pylons that are more durable than the cannons they make, you know?
Oh, I know. Every now and then I target one because there's like 5 cannons on, but then I realize that I will kill the cannons quicker by killing them.
You guys should just make your cannons and cover them with pylon crystal stuff, because that way you guys will never...
I know, right?
Strongest cannon rushes in the game. All right, GG.
GG.
Big upset to start things off.
That's a huge win for Barracks.
Yeah, we're kicking it off with a really exciting twist here, and Mini is...
Oh, he's really not happy. But he shouldn't be.
Salty.
That's like the closest thing that we've had to a free win map in this matchup in ASL
and
ever.
Not just that, it's Barracks versus Mini. Mini is so top tier.
Yeah.
To lose a game like that, and I'll tell you what, it was really Mini's fault. He did not execute the drops well. He chose to do a strategy that didn't set himself up to be in a very healthy position against the 2-base push if his initial gas steal didn't give him enough of a lead. And you can see now he's very concerned.
Yeah, and that means, I mean, Barracks waiting in the finals, there's like a lot of things that can happen on Escalade, and whether Rush comes up or Zero or Queen comes up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Okay, guys, we're going to go to a short break. But when we come back, Rush versus Queen will be our next match. Don't go away.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
마법의 음료 하식스를 마시게 되면은 엔돌핀이 확 돌면서 머리에 수분이 공급되고 그리고 뇌가 바로바로 한 모금만 마셔도 뭔가 알 거야. 100ml 더 늘어나고 마시게 되면 진짜 마법의 음료. 신제품 빨강색.
반칙 그것은 전설의 음료 하식스.
볼 때 하식스 많이 마시자. 진짜 괜찮지?
맛있다 이거.
파랑색, 빨강색 맛 여러분들 많이들 진짜 마셔주시고 진짜로 거짓말 안 치고 맛있습니다.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
Sometimes I'm at the peak and other times I'm about to fall. Sometimes I gotta wonder what I'm doing here at all. Sometimes in my mind I just sit here and I'm guessing. How can I find the answers? I don't even got the questions. Sometimes I'm at the peak and other times I'm about to fall. Sometimes I gotta wonder what I'm doing here at all. Sometimes in my mind I just sit here and I'm guessing. How can I find the answers? I don't even got the questions. I feel like something's wrong. Been sitting way too long. Just sent a couple texts, now I wanna break my phone. Now you can't reply. It's killing me this time. But next time that I'ma see you, I just act like it's all fine. Damn, why we always lie? Why we always play these games? Act like we don't care, but we know we feel the same. Told you last week, now I thought this game was over, but now you can't remember. Can we say it when we're sober? No. So I keep pouring tonic, mixing feelings with this drink, and we both know it's getting toxic. I just wanna keep you talking, ignoring all these problems. If this the only way, I just like it when we honest. Like it when we honest. Yeah. It's like it when we honest. It's like it when we honest, baby. It's like it when we. It's like it when we. Sometimes I'm at the peak and other times I'm about to fall. Sometimes I gotta wonder what I'm doing here at all. Sometimes in my mind I just sit here and I'm guessing. How can I find the answers? I don't even got the questions. Sometimes I'm at the peak and other times I'm about to fall.
ASL 시즌 9 Reflection.
Hello, welcome back to the ASL. We just had a crazy upset. Mini loses to Barracks. Already things are getting very interesting. I thought today, honestly, was going to be one of the most straightforward.
Oh, I know you did, calling my boys stormtroopers.
Yeah, you and your crash dummy Terrans, Artosis.
We may be crash dummies, but every now and then one goes through the windshield and lands in a chair.
Yeah. Undamaged, too.
Undamaged.
Undamaged. Seatbelt
We don't know
works.
how it happens, but...
yeah, let's see if your other stormtrooper does well this time around.
TVZ here. We haven't had a TVZ here yet.
Yeah. No, we had one, didn't we?
No. We had a lot of PVZs. One
okay,
CVZ,
actually,
one
I think
TVT,
you're right.
one PvP, I believe.
Wow. Okay, so let's see what happens then on this match.
Wait, no. Did we have a PvP here? I don't think we did.
No,
we didn't.
No PvP. All right, so let's see what happens here. This is going to be Rush against Queen. Again, this map is very weird. It's very new. As much StarCraft expertise as we can bring here, it's still really hard to get a gauge on where the games are going to go. What do you think of Rush's song here, Artosis? This is one of your favorites,
Rush,
right?
So I get it.
Oh, nice.
I'm not a big rap fan personally.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad hip hop music out there. There's some really good.
Is hip hop
music.
and rap the same thing?
Wow, you are the whitest nerd I've ever met.
That may be.
No, it's not exactly. I guess there's a lot of all kinds of music. You know what I mean? You have to parse through a lot to find the good stuff.
You didn't answer my question. Is rap hip hop? Is hip hop rap? Is it the same?
No, they're not. They're like different types of music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know who Imagine Dragons were. Okay.
I know.
I don't know anything. I like actually just play with my kids and play StarCraft.
I know.
I don't even go on websites, Tasteless.
You don't even go on websites.
That's right. I check out
Twitter.com.
Who says that?
Who says that with pride?
And I go on.
I don't even go on
Reddit.com
websites.
for our StarCraft and our Brood War.
You don't go to any of the main subreddits?
No, 0 of them.
What I find so funny about this is that you're somehow proud of it.
The internet's stupid, man. I don't read a newspaper either.
Yeah.
I don't know what's good. Why is everyone wearing masks? It's so weird. You are all ninjas at once? That's cool, Tasteless.
Look at Shredder's foot soldiers over here, guys. Now, I want to point something out here since we're in the peak of coronavirus.
Yeah.
The black masks look better than the white masks. There's 2 color masks that are being sold right now.
Yeah.
The majority are the white masks. But the black masks, if you're going to be fashionable and not die of a plague, that's the way to do it.
Well, honestly, on you, I like the white mask because it blends in with your beard better.
That's right. It's more Christmas themed, yeah. With the black masks, that's the way to do it, Artosis.
Yeah. Who do you think takes this, Tasteless?
Queen. I'm like, I think Minnie takes it again.
I think Barracks is going to upset here.
Yeah. Again, hard to call, though, on this map. Let's see how TVZ's played here. Our game is ready. Let's go.
ASL 시즌 9 게임 준비 완료.
Ready to go for a ride. Ready to fight.
이너코분에서 게임을 시작합니다.
Alright, so we have Rush in the bottom right and Queen in the top right. My best guess is that this will just be a game where there's a bunch of Wraiths and they kill a decent amount of Overlords and they micro really well against Mutas for a little bit, and then the Zerg wins.
Did you notice how this Terran music just suddenly came in out of nowhere? Did you feel the invasion of that song suddenly happen?
I was talking, I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah.
This song's cooler than me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly Terran wants to try to do on this map. Basically, guys, Zerg Air is better than the Terran Air, right?
Yes.
I mean, TVZ on straight up simple ground maps can be quite interesting. Historically, Zergs were the weakest race on island maps because all the original island maps started out with just one base, like your main. There was no natural expansion to go to.
Yeah.
And so, in the very early days of StarCraft, and I'm talking like over 17 years ago, maybe even earlier than that, actually, the Korean pro gamers said we can't have island maps anymore. I can't be a professional Zerg player and have my career screwed over by starting out on one base on an island map, and this isn't winnable. So island maps went away, and there was some tinkering with these semi-island maps. And since StarCraft Remastered has come out, there's been a reintroduction where we're once again attempting to toy with maps and see if we can come up with something interesting. I mean, granted, the meta is always still changing, even on the standard maps. It's always worth it to try a map out like this early on and see if maybe we end up with one of the best maps ever. But so far, it seems like we're encountering the same problems where... And by the way, in case you're wondering, well, why isn't Zerg really strong on this island map now? Again, it's because you have quick access to a natural expansion. And so much of this game is the different timings of expansions in different matchups. Usually one race wants to be ahead of another, and island maps cause too much of a hiccuping in growth.
Yeah.
To where one person can get their base up and the next race has to get theirs up, but they can't because of the natural rhythm of the game.
You see it on just regular maps where it's like, oh, this, like, Escalade has like a kind of hard to take third, so we've seen Terrans struggle a little bit against Protoss so far this season there, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, maybe you can figure that out, but on an island map it's a lot harder.
Yeah, on an island map it becomes much more pronounced because the parameters for moving around and expanding are much, much different.
So here we have looks like a command center first with probably 2 barracks in the center. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how he plays this. Like, it's not surprising to see him skip the side expands. Those side expands, like, if you play against a 2-hatch Mutalisk on a regular map, like, let's say, Circuit Breakers, right? It will be hard with ground units to hold your natural when you can walk to it from your main in half of a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, here it would literally be impossible to hold one of those bases. So I'm not at all surprised. I thought it would either be 1-base Wraith or something like this, right?
We've seen a lot of Terrans experimenting with quick acquisition of the center of the map here. And a lot of this, it allows you to catapult your expansion into also a position where you can push very quickly from. So let's wait and see how the Zerg exactly wants to respond to this. Out of curiosity, is it just completely viable, you think, for Zerg to go straight up 2-hatch Mutalisk?
Oh, yes.
Seems like there's so many spots that you could harass and hit.
It's good on, like, again, a ground map here where you have to kill a bunch of stasis cell / prison.
Yeah.
And, like, your bases are really far apart. How do you cover that with bio and turrets? Like, right now, against 2-hatchery Mutalisk, if you go for a bio build, which would just be Marine Medic, obviously, the way that looks is your Marines are out threatening to attack the Zerg the entire time. Because you have to use offense as your defense because it is impossible to defend against the best players in the world if you just sit in your base.
Right.
Right? So the metagame has shifted that far because Zerg players have become so good at the Mutalisk. So, again, in a situation like this, I think what he's going to do is just, like, build a lot of Marine Medic, and if the Mutas commit to attacking the main base, he's just going to go.
Have you ever thought that the stasis cells are Artosis, it kind of looks like it's you trapped inside of them?
Oh, absolutely.
You notice that? These guys in the stasis, it's kind of Artosis' head right there.
It is a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, your hands are a little bit smaller than that.
My torso is a little bit longer than that, too.
But it's close.
Yeah. It's like my head with your arms.
Yes, actually, this is true.
Yeah.
That's our
or an orangutan's arms, like either one.
Either one's fine, yes. Now, he's going to try to bust through, and he's very close to doing that, by the way. And this is a little bit awkward, by the way, for the Zerg, because it's actually a pretty large, wide area to have a sunken colony defense. So he's having the first sunk come up here, but am I wrong? Terran could just go around that, right?
Yeah, and it's going to come down to just some Mutalisk micro. The Mutalisks are in production right now. You should be able to get 6 out and whittle this down over time. But maybe you can get a bit of damage on. Let's see. Thing is, if you commit on the sunk, as soon as you lose your bio, the game is really not going to go to you anymore.
Yeah.
So it's almost better to just... The Marine Medic will scale up better than the Sunkens.
Right.
So it would probably make a lot of sense if he just keeps adding to this and adds medics and gets his range upgrade.
It also seems as though... oh, hold on. Mutas are actually going to come down here and start hitting this location where the units can't reinforce. Now, hold up. Up at the top, Rush is diving in. We're not going to get a shot of it. Here we go.
So denying a gas is gigantic.
Oh, dude, if he gets a spawning pool, too?
Yeah, that would be nice. And he can get behind the minerals a bit. So, see, this is like, he's trying to take ground TVZ and play it here, where he's like, oh, you're going to attack me with Mutas while I'm attacking you with Marines then.
Right.
And that generally does force the Mutas to come back.
Yeah, a lot of times you want to try to dive into the Mutas. Because if they're hitting you while you're running, you're going to be in trouble. But there's enough Mutas here, he can slowly whittle this down.
Yeah.
And really good splitting, by the way, here by Queen.
But now the Mutalisk flock is going to get really, really large. Like, yeah, there's no spawning pool, but Zerglings were not that important. He has the 3 Sunkens to slow down a full frontal assault. Like, his main is probably just forfeit now. All Rush can do is go attack again. There's, like, no depth to what he can do here at all. Which, and when it's that predictable, it feels very hard to win a game like that.
Yeah. Now, he's doing a good job keeping these Mutas just attacking everything and keeping the Terran from actually pushing in over here. Seems like, and I might be wrong, but it seems like a lot of this is you just almost want to outpace the Terran, right?
What do you mean by outpace?
Well, just keep growing. Terran's not going to get many more bases if you have Muta control, and you just sort of...
Yeah, 2-hatch Muta, generally what you do, unless you're going all in, is you just kind of take your third and slowly drone it while adding Mutas.
Right.
and you just do this, and it's like, well, eventually you have 3 base economy functioning. If Terran didn't add Splash to deal with the mutas, he's in trouble.
And so now we're going to have the 3rd gas taken. Now 3 gas is a big shift in momentum for the Zerg, because now the Zerg can continue to produce mutas and tech up.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why a lot of times the early game, in a normal, more traditional land map TVZ, a lot of times what the Terrans trying to do is just stop the Zerg from getting to 3rd base.
Yeah. Well, here,
but here you can't stop them from getting to 3rd base.
You know what's really funny about this too? Is, like, let's say that Rush kills the main base.
Right.
He can't kill the expansions.
Well, this is something
There isn't a way to do it.
You can't move infantry through disruption webs and not lose everything to mutas.
Yes.
So all of the Terrans' priorities have to be in just smashing the main, and then
figure it
out later.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're gonna have to start from scratch here and rebuild their tech, and then maybe we can figure something out. Maybe I could switch into Valkyries or something.
Well, part of the problem might be that Queen is building his tech at the island locations, right? So
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But yeah, you'd have to go for some nasty anti-air at that point, because it's pretty clear he'd like rush up to Guardians or something like that.
That's a good point, and there wouldn't be much you could do to contest Guardians either.
Yeah, you're just going to have to eventually get into anti-air.
Now, Terran's made a pretty fearsome army here in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And if Zerg opts to try to attack in the south here, maybe we're going to have a counterattack up here in the main. Again, although the spawning pool and the spire are in the upper right location, not in the main, the other upper right location, the hive is over here. And so if he can take out the hive, that does force a tech reset. Forcing a tech reset on Zerg is one of the strongest ways to kill them. That's not just taking out their bases.
Yeah, it definitely gives you like a window generally.
It takes a long time to get a layer and then a hive again.
You know, look at these supplies, by the way. They're even, which is like, to be even this early on, that doesn't, like, you can still fight as Terran a little bit because the Marines hit a critical mass against the mutas sometimes.
So this might be too much. Queen needs to be careful here.
I think he's just buying time with these right now. I bet you he's adding 2 more Sunkens at his main.
He's pulled the Terran back.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Look at you, Artosis.
That's the only reason you would really dive in like that, because you're going to hit Guardians, and he's just not going to really have much.
And it seems like Guardians it should be the tech-wise killing blow here for the Terran.
I feel like Rush here should be going 3-port Wraith. Oh my god, there it is.
Look at you.
Yeah, well, on a regular map, you might not want to do that as much, but here that would be a better counter, especially with Rush's micro.
You want to pocket this, right? You don't want to show him the Wraiths right away.
Yeah, you hope he doesn't see him.
Yeah.
Because then he'll make some Devourers with his Guardians.
And then the Wraiths are completely useless.
Oh, man. Devourers versus Wraiths is a very sad
Wraiths are only
story.
good if the other side can't fight back in any way. If there's anything that can actually hit the Wraith is always the worst unit.
Pretty much. Trying to think of something that can fight back that doesn't beat the Wraith.
3 Marines beat a Wraith.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, no, I guess everything. A Wraith is very okay against 1 Scourge if that's all there is.
It's great against a shuttle.
That's true, but that can't fight back.
Yeah.
1 Scourge technically doesn't kill a Wraith.
Now a shuttle and a Dragoon, I wouldn't take my chances, Mr.
Oh,
Wraith.
no, the Dragoon beats it, actually.
Okay, he's trying to get through here. Now, again, when the Guardians finish, I mean...
Yeah, on these thin areas,
I
look
mean,
at that. He's morphing it right outside.
This is like real fish in the barrel stuff, you know? There's like not a lot that the Marines can do.
It's a Guardian flank.
And part of this, the way the game ended up to this point, everybody, is that Terran invested in trying to end the game at a specific point, and it seems like Queen has stretched the game out enough that he will hold this. Now, if there's too many Guardians made and not enough mutas, the game could be flipped on its head by a surprise attack with the Wraiths.
He will have a lot of mutas, and now he sees that there's Wraiths, so we should get a Devourer in there. We should get Overlord speed. Yeah, those are Devourers right there, probably. Yeah, this is... I think that Rush did what would give him the best chance here. Oh, it's still another Guardian. Look at Queen. He's like, no, mutas will do it.
Yeah.
Well, at least he does have 1-1. wonder if the Mutas have +1 attack, actually.
I bet they do. Okay, actually, this is not bad. Here's the Devourers out here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Guardians have really incredible range. I know that some of the people that are just more of spectators of StarCraft 1 haven't played as much. They might not be as familiar with the unit of a Guardian.
Yeah.
You know, like exactly how strong it is. It's like a siege tank for Zerg.
Yeah,
Air
it's
to
a
ground.
little bit less range than a siege tank, but it's the second longest range unit if you don't count carriers.
Yeah, and since you can float them, sometimes you can get Guardians in positions, and there's just nothing that you can do with a ground army, for instance. And
Actually,
of course,
Guardian versus Reaver, what's longer range?
Guardian is a longer range.
Is it longer?
Yeah. Huh. Reaver's range is actually not as long as I think people think it is. It's just that its shot is so good, and it follows the unit.
Yeah,
but to get the Reaver to fire at the initial distance, it's I think a guard. I think I might be wrong. Someone might correct me on Twitter, but I think that's the case.
Well, look at this. He actually commits all the way, but this is a lot of bio. I'm not sure why he's committing all the way.
This was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Terran's dream right now. Is for Zerg to just overextend and allow Marines to get underneath this and just shoot everything down.
Well, now he's actually getting a sizable force of Devourers, so these Wraiths are becoming less and less good. Hydra's being added in as an anti-air and as a sponge for damage.
The acid spores make each of your attacks slower, right? It takes longer to fire, and then
slower, and
your
then takes
armor.
more damage.
Yeah, okay. Rarely get to see Devourers. So he's coming forward, pushing in, but I think we're just at the point where Queen should just have too much, right? I mean, especially with this fourth base over here and the gas being mine, that's a lot to produce from. And there is no plan B here for Terran. This is what you see is what you get. Yeah. And it'll be very easy, by the way, for the Zerg to continue to expand, looping even into the center left here.
All right, let's see what he can get done this time. Notice he is targeting down. He's just ignoring Devourers. He just needs to kill the Guardians. Because the bio can actually kill everything else at this point. And he's actually doing a very good job. A very good job.
Yeah, no kidding. He's actually going to get these Devourers.
Crap.
God, Devourers just don't die.
No, they don't. They have base 2 armor. And then it's got +1 carapace there.
Woo! Flying armadillos, man.
Yeah, they can get leprosy just like humans can.
Again, every time these Devourers hit, it takes a long time, by the way, for those acid spores to wear off.
Yeah.
So, like, once you get hit by it, you're just stuck with it.
Devourers shoot very slowly.
Nothing's funnier than seeing a bunch of Corsairs with acid spores on them. And they become the most useless unit in the game. But I like this. Look, I mean, the Wraiths, they're very quick units, so why not come across the map, hit these workers over here?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Come at me, Hydras.
No, it's awesome. Rush is really putting out a nice game here. Oof. You can see how much those acid spores help their Wraiths just popping.
Yeah. The problem is that even, like, frankly, I think Rush is actually playing much better than Queen.
Yes, I would agree with that. And he's way up in supply now. But how do you kill the islands? That's tough.
Yeah. Well, you know, to be honest, I think it could be pretty straightforward. If he wins enough of the air fight, he just makes a bunch of dropships and drops there.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Mutas are gone. The Guardians are
but if you catch on to that, you can make that very cost-efficient. He has Niduses around.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You make sure he doesn't catch on.
Ooh, tasteless. Yeah. I like the way you think, Protoss player.
Thank you. Actually, this angle, you know, it's not ideal for the sunken colonies. Is there a... Oh, yeah, there is a Defiler's Nest. Or whatever that building's called.
Mound.
Mound. Sorry, it's a mound of...
Yeah, it's... You know what the Ultralisk thing is?
Cavern.
Yeah, that's true. I used to think it was a den.
Oh, really?
Ultralisk den.
Do you even play this game?
No, not really.
By the way, the Nidus is going to be taken out here. Can you actually get it?
Oh my god, only 2 Hydras come through?
Yeah, how does that...
And now it's... Oh my god, man. There's Lurkers and Defilers now.
Well, he could take out this one isolated base and then come over here, and you know what, man? Like,
as long as he buys some time with his main force against that Defiler Lurker combo, Rush might actually end up taking
Rush might actually win this.
This is really impressive, man.
I think it's time for you to admit that this is a Terran map. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's being proven right now.
Yeah.
And I
think fake news Artosis.
Yeah. Well, we saw that Queen did his absolute best by moving all his Guardians into the center where Marines could hit him.
I can't believe he did that. It's so weird. It was like the only thing he had to do to screw up in this game. Well, it's time to watch a Zerg and a Protoss Stormtrooper fight it out, Artosis.
Queen and Minnie, the Stormtroopers.
Let's watch these bearded ladies duke it out, Artosis. This is...
Can't wait. Well, this game is actually not over, even though Russia is taking control in so many ways.
It's over.
Well, now it's over.
Now
that he's dropping here.
How did Queen... I don't know. I mean, look, Rush played really well. I'm just really surprised that Queen got into a position like this, you know?
Well, hold on. He has a Defiler.
Yeah, that's true.
So Terran is always at Zerg's mercy when there's a Defiler on the map.
Hold on. What are those things?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know if the main's mined out or close to mined out, but there's about to be no tech other than a Hydralisk Den and a Defiler mount, but there's about to be no expansions here.
I can't believe we're going to have a TVT. I was looking forward to having 5 games of Terran in design instead of 4.
Yeah. Well, apparently we're going to have a TVT next, Artosis. GG. I can't believe it. 2 upsets in a day. This means either Queen or Minnie's going to be eliminated in the round of 24. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe even both. Because one of them has to play Sylphid, which is a very doable map for Terran.
Well, I'm glad as we wrap up the round of 24, we now see that there is a map that Terran just cannot lose on. Good job, guys. Craziness. Rush versus Barracks for the winners match? Well, looks like you're going to get at least one Terran player through Artosis.
You know what's really funny?
Yeah.
If this was just a normal map, I feel like both the Zerg and Protoss would have won.
I think so.
But
it's such
I think
a
that
weird
they are
map.
so spoiled by the map that Minnie's like, yeah, you just drop on top of the turrets and bunkers. And then Zero's like, yeah, you attack, move into the center with all your Guardians.
Yeah.
You know, these are the ways that you do it.
Yeah, big mistake there by Queen to push through. He just had to outlast him. Get more Guardians, get more Devours. Cement your lead.
Yeah.
Don't attack it too quickly. It's the Terran that's actually screwed the longer the game goes on.
Yeah, he's spending, like, what's he going to do with that bio? What's he going to do with it if you have air control? Kill your main, that's it?
Yeah.
Not even that, because he had like 8 sunks and then went into Lurker. He was going for the kill. He thought he could do it. And actually, I thought he could do it too, but...
Our next match will be a TVT, Rush vs. Barracks. We'll be right back.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
마법의 음료 하식스를 마시게 되면은 엔돌핀이 확 돌면서 머리에 수분이 공급되고 그리고 뇌가 바로바로 한 모금만 마셔도 뭔가 알 거야. 100ml 더 늘어나고 마시게 되면 진짜 마법의 음료. 신제품 빨강색.
반칙 아닙니까? 그것은 전설의 음료 하식스.
올 때 하식스 많이 마시자. 진짜 괜찮지?
맛있다 이거.
파랑색, 빨강색 맛 여러분들 많이들 진짜 마셔주시고 진짜로 거짓말 안 치고 맛있습니다.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정제주 숙취비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
I can't let it go when the moment passes. I guess I'm only average. Blessings always come, but they go the fastest. I can't hold it back no more. I can't hold it back no more. Yeah, know you got a lot to give. Yeah, I've been on the longest trip. I know I did you wrong, I did. I tried to get along, I did. I don't wanna lie. Guess I'm only average. Blessings always come, but they go the fastest. I can't hold it back. I can't hold it back no more. No more. No more. No more. No more. I've been stuck too long in this traffic, yeah. All these people fake, yeah, they plastic, yeah. Now I feel like Shaq with the magic, yeah. Now I feel like Messi with the hat trick. I've been waiting now for this too dang long. You ain't know me back then, please don't ever hit my phone. I don't sign no merch, I need my name up in that stone. I've been on the road, I swear I do not got a home, yeah. I can't let it go when a moment passes. Guess I'm only average. Blessings always come, but they go the fastest. I can't hold it back no more.
ASL 시즌 9 Refresh.
What's up, everybody? We're back at the ASL, and it's time for wait a minute. A TBT?
Yeah, because it's the loser match.
No, it's the winner's match.
We didn't have a 4-Terran group, so that's impossible.
Somehow, some way, I don't know, we're here on Escalade with these two players that, I don't know, one just beat one of the greatest modern Protosses there is. The other one beat one of the greatest Zergs there is. On maps that Terrans are not supposed to win on.
Yeah. The Zerg and Protoss player, I would say both helped them, but they came with good strategies and executed them well. So
well, I think on both of the games we had on Intercoven, we saw players that really just don't know how to keep their lead. The map is pretty easy for that race. Play it safe, outlast them, and some big mistakes there. Anyways, it's time for a TBT. This is Rush versus Barracks.
ASL 시즌 9 게임 준비 완료.
Ready to go for a ride. Ready to fight.
에스컬레이드에서 게임을 시작합니다.
all right. Escalade, Rush in the top right. Barracks in the bottom right. These positions favor Rush. This is a rotationally symmetric map, and there is some high ground that is kind of right outside your natural, which is level with your main base. That is in the attack path from Rush's base to Barracks' base. So, yeah, I would definitely favor Rush's position here. But that being said, Barracks has very solid early game TVT from what I've seen. Was playing in the AfreecaTV StarLeague and had some really great TVTs there, beating some very strong Terran players. And yeah, I mean, obviously Rush is good TVT, but let's see how it goes down. I'm interested in the builds.
Can you build very much in the middle of the map here? Like, is there a point? Because most of TVT you're trying to contain, and especially with hard contains versus soft, and hard is where you have turrets and depots and stuff that's in the way that makes it very, very difficult to break. Is there a specific part that you want to try to get that set up on?
I don't think that we see that as much on this map. There's so many different avenues to run around and different ramps and stuff that this isn't a map I don't think that we're going to see really cut in half at all. It doesn't feel like it plays like that, but we have a limited number of TVTs on the map so far. So yeah, it's a little bit hard to say, but I expect for this to be a slightly more aggressive TVT and probably not be that long.
We have a forward barracks here, or excuse me, one forward barracks.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it looks like it's going to be quick command center on the other side.
Yeah, Barracks wants to go CC first, and he's actually getting a little bit lucky here scouting this
That's
right
how
away.
he tricked him with an ID like this. You would never see this coming. Okay, so this is funny because You know, when you just the nature of Terran is that you have to have a worker in the there to build the building, so you can really slow down this barracks. That's going to force these other SCVs to come in here. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was quite good for barracks. He slowed down the forward barracks, which is really, really important. But he scouted it, and he sees that, well, I better, you know, actually
better not
make
go
some
CC
stuff.
first.
Yeah, it's still going to finish. The Marines are going to be really close by. It's going to be too tough to hold.
Oh, I love this SCV coming back in here. Just anything to slow him down a little bit is the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Look at that. He gets it out, too. Beautiful, beautiful play. And this is going to be funny because Rush is about to get to his base, and when he gets in there, he's going to realize, oh, you were going to go CC first. So, like, let's say that Barracks scouted to the left. Rush might have just won this game straight up.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It was a 4 at 11 racks, not an 8. If it's an 8, you win straight up. Against the 11, you get ahead. And that might have been enough, but anyways.
So really quickly, he completely turned the game upside down. It's kind of funny. You're right, though. Like, had he had an unfortunate scout pattern, this would be a completely different game. Again, both these players causing huge upsets against their opponents. It's Queen and Mini and the losers.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it's pretty crazy, man. So the CC is coming down now first here for Barracks, and it looks like Rush is going to be following up with his own command center. Seems like things are going to start to even out here. I don't know if either side can really hurt the other right away here.
No, not too likely. I think that we're going to have to see a bunker go down for Barracks. Yeah, there it is. And we'll see if Rush wants to go for vultures or tanks to open here. I think both are really reasonable in this type of situation. Yeah, he's going for a
slip through.
I think he's going for a tank, but he might just be getting like the speed upgrade. We'll see in a minute here.
This is a great scout here by Rush.
Yeah. And it is a siege tank, so Rush is going to put on pressure immediately with his tank.
Now, behind this, do you want to just keep making tanks, or do you want to fill it in more with vultures?
Well, he has an SCV in the main base, so he's going to adjust to what he sees.
Okay.
But right now, Rush is going to want to make at least 2 tanks to pressure the front because they outrange the bunker. So you're going to be able to get in there and force your opponent basically to make some siege tanks.
I'm glad you pointed that out because a lot of people don't know this. A lot of times you would just assume that because the siege tank was sort of made with the siege mode in mind and that it can outrange stuff. The siege tank, even not in siege mode, outranges a lot of stuff.
Outranges lurkers as well.
Yeah, lurkers,
the only
bunkers.
ground unit that outranges it, I believe, is the Reaver.
Yeah, I think it outranges it by one hex.
Goons with range are, I think, are just 1 range below him, below a siege tank.
I think so, yeah.
And actually, I think Ghosts might be the same range as a siege tank, but that's like a funny, stupid thing. That
yeah, there's something like if you have a ghost in a bunker, then like how far?
Guardians.
Yeah. That's how I beat the single player when I was a kid. As I found out. Yeah, I just realized I could put ghosts in bunkers.
I've been waiting for that moment to come in a real TVZ.
I know.
And it just never.
He's got to put his ghost in his bunkers immediately.
I did it 1 time ever in a tournament, and that was in 2002. But it'll come again one day, Tasteless.
Yes.
People know the genius of the ghost.
That's right.
All right, so he's put on some pressure. He's got a couple tanks outside. And the thing is, there's a lot of ways you can go from here. Like, you can stay siege tank heavy. You can switch it up into vultures as well. That's totally doable. Excuse me, I got a dry throat.
Get that corona out. It's all right.
God, that's the thing. Every single time I cough, I just have like a little bit of post-nasal
Every time I
drip, so
cough,
have,
I scare myself.
Well, my whole stream chat's like saying it sometimes. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay, so some heavy micro going on here. This is that platform that I was talking about, by the way. Okay, Barracks is... he's in some trouble.
Oh!
Well, you know what? He killed all the tanks, which is really, really good.
And now he's going to get the vultures. 1 more tank's out here, but mines can start to be planted. I think this should allow Rush a little bit more room to have another initiation here.
Yeah. Well, this is exactly what you want to do against this type of quick expand. Because this is basically what Barracks ended up doing. He tried for command center first. All the timings were closer to 15 CC or so.
Okay.
Like a slightly worse one. Slightly slower CC, slightly faster factory, but like, you want to pressure with the tanks, then get mines up, and then do whatever you want to do, basically.
Okay.
So he's got some very good mines laid at the moment, and you see that he has map control, and that's very, very important. His barracks is actually floating in there as well, checking out what's going on barracks side. We see Rush going up to 4 facts, getting his starport, everything very, very normal.
So, and I'm asking because I don't know the answer. TVT I'm not familiar with, really. I mean, how do you know when it's time to take a third here as Rush? I mean, you've got a little bit of a contain, but when I look at this, it's like, I feel almost like you want to keep mounting more and more pressure, right? And you want to take a really late third. Is that correct?
Well, he's got the mines kind of controlling everything. I think that what we'll see here is he'll be taking his third base as he gets his production rolling, right? So he has his 4 facts up. He's getting all his upgrades, right? Like, he needs to get speed. He needs to make sure he has siege mode. He'll probably start +1 as well, and then a third immediately. And from there, you're just going to kind of add factories on and try to maintain.
Okay, he's using these scans now to clear out some of these mines. You got to remember as well, there's always the risk of Rush counterattacking once you break free. Let's say you try to push across the map. You know, vultures can move so quickly and deal damage so quickly, it's very hard to ever get control back of the game.
All right, so starting to produce a few wraiths here. That's pretty normal again as well. A lot of times when you get 4 factory production up, you'll make a few wraiths to make sure your opponent can't just go vulture tank. You can also snipe down drop ships, very useful. But of course, that does cut into your overall factory unit count a bit. Okay, so Barracks has actually gone into 5 facts. So his plan is to wrest the map control out of Rush's hands here, right? He's going to be able to mass up his vultures a little bit better and break out. Yeah, look at this. All the vultures of Rush were just chasing down that other vulture. Well, this is kind of a weird... That was not the most efficient way to do that, but that's okay.
Okay, he's got some of these vultures out here, moving over to this edge. Wait, hold on a sec. Barracks did not make more starports, right?
Barracks has no starports.
He has none. Okay.
Yeah. He'll probably start one soon, but he's on 5 factory play.
Rush is pooling wraiths for the time being to try to come out here. Is there a number of wraiths that you want to have come out and attack the Terran, or you just want to try to stall out for as long as possible and get as many wraiths as you can?
Most of the time you'll move out with 3, because eventually Terran's just going to start making a couple Goliaths. But honestly, I don't have a good answer for why. It's just most Terrans move out with 3. It feels right. If you're sitting there and you make 4 and then they scan while your 4th is making, you're like, oh, these aren't going to do anything now because you're going to have Goliaths.
It's not because, like, wraiths can kill a certain number of units within sets of 3 shots.
No, when you fly out with the wraiths, you're looking, like, 3 wraiths is enough that you can kill siege tanks, but you want there to be no Goliaths there.
Right.
Because if there are, you're not actually going to get much done.
Rush is pushing through now with some vultures over here on the side. There's a lot you can do when you have a lot of speed vaults as long as you avoid the siege tank shots.
Yeah.
By the way, just killing that SCV is going to slow Rush down considerably. But it does seem that Rush is poised to do some kind of an attack coming up here. I mean, he's the one that's got the contain. Generally speaking, the player that has the contain up is winning. And the longer that contain stays up, usually the more opportunities are afforded to that player that was able to get that contain set up to begin with.
Yeah, by the way, he has 4 wraiths and they're sitting on the side, probably waiting for a dropship because that's so common. But it's funny because he has 4 now and the Goliaths just started popping out. So that kind of lends credence to the fact that most Terrans move out with 3 wraiths, but yeah, I like Rush's position here still a little bit, even though Barracks has his 3rd base up a little bit quicker, right? He's got more mines out in the map. He's kind of circling around Barracks, and Barracks is reacting. And when you have these, like...
Jeez, man, that could have been really bad.
My God.
By the way, it seems to me this is just a hard area to try to move tanks through against other tanks.
Yes.
It just seems like this is a very frustrating map.
It's very weird to play here. Oh, look at this. He's actually massing dropships. Oh, Rush is going to get him good. Ooh, Barracks, you're in some trouble. If he catches those dropships, that'll be like a game-ending moment.
Okay, he's coming through now over onto the side. All right, Barracks is trying to find an opening here. It's not easy, by the way, for Rush to have everything contained like this. You have your tanks divided up very easily.
He's playing very well, though. I like where he's sitting his rates even. He's spreading everything else out. He's got mines pretty much everywhere. It's going to be very hard to move past him without him knowing. So now Barrick's moving up the side right here, and he's going to see the rates. That is so important. Oh my god, that's important. Look at those rates go to work, too.
This is frustrating. There's nothing to protect these tanks. Actually, excuse me, one Goliath is coming up. It's really going to show you how long it takes for Wraiths to kill tanks.
Yeah, he gets a couple extras, I guess.
This is going to be a hard spot to break through, though. Now, the Wraiths are leaving that, and I think you just got to scan on that dropship. And
oh, if he scanned the dropships,
yeah,
oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, I would suicide these Wraiths to kill those dropships.
Oh, absolutely. Taking these out is just huge.
Great micro, though. You have to actually click on the dropships to hit him with the Wraiths.
Right. Fortunately, Wraith missiles are very, very strong.
So he trades about 7 Wraiths for 3 dropships, and even though that is a deficit as far as cost, I think it was a fine move. Well, that many dropships can do drops that end the game.
Well, look, when you've got a contain up on a Terran player, the way that they're going to be able to break free from that is more likely to be through drops than it is to just break through the contain entrance. I mean, siege tanks already in siege mode set up and defended are very strong. It's one of the hardest things to break in. That's why there's a point where in PvTs, the Protoss just has to back off and start to macro and wait for the Terran to push. Oh my gosh, if he gets a siege line set up here, that would be huge. He needs to get onto the high ground, though.
Oh, Barracks is going to crush through this, I think. The tanks are already a little bit
really
damaged.
good targeting,
though. Units.
Great targeting on those tanks, but he eventually just cleans it up. Really nice work there by Barracks. And now these Vultures, who were initially a pretty smart attack, are isolated down here, and will get mowed down pretty easily by the remaining army here of Barracks.
I got to say, that was a little bit greedy from Rush, trying to move his tanks up in that area. You know, you're going through his side of the map at this point, and he has the SCVs there, so he can actually, like, flank a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well, Barracks, I saw him nodding his head yes after he cleaned that up, by the way. I think he's feeling very good with his position. And he should. He's up to 4 bases.
Yeah, you need a lot of mines planted together in a TVT to really damage their army. Goliaths and tanks, they shoot immediately upon seeing their target. There's no animation, no laser or bullet that has to connect with the target visually.
Goliaths are actually the fastest shooting Terran unit, I believe.
I think you're probably right. I mean, the moment a mine pops up, immediately damage is shot out.
Oh my god, a huge moment here for Barracks as well. Oh, this is so good for him right now. The 4th base quite a bit later for Rush, and
killed off here.
That is so worth those vultures.
Well, there's some more damage being done down here in the lower left by Rush.
Look at that, slows down this command center as well. Barracks is, oh my god, he's looking so good.
Okay, but here come the drop ships.
You know, everyone likes Jedi's Stasis, but everything was built off the Stormtrooper, okay?
No, this is the Stormtrooper comeback here.
Yeah.
He's the guy that killed Luke Skywalker in a different universe, a different Star Wars universe.
A much better one than
the
one
like,
we have right now.
I use a gun, he's using a laser sword.
Yeah. He's like, wait, you think you can bat away my laser
Luke
beams?
Skywalker can hit his laser beams with the sword. I'm like, what are you, 8 years old? Of course he can. It's a laser beam.
It's the speed of light.
It's the speed of light. You think you're going to hit it with a sword using your hands?
What if I pull the trigger twice? Even if you knew where one of them was going, you're not quick enough to stop both if I shoot it twice.
Yeah.
What if I shoot it 3 times in a triangle, right? What are you going to do? Nothing. That's
You're going to die is what's going to happen.
Yeah. And then Barracks went on in first place.
Okay, tanks are going to continue to roll through now. I got to say, Barracks is playing a really impressive game here.
Yeah. And we're seeing the map actually become really interesting as well, because Rush is taking back a big part of the center. But, like, you know, you bring it up sometimes that people out here sometimes say that TVT looks like Go. Look at that. Look at the mini-map right now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We have... It really does kind of look like that, where you see all this territory and how Barracks is snaking around the bottom, taking everything. Right now, he's maxed out. He's up about 20 supply. But we're getting to the point with these tanks where things are going to be very hard to break. But the map is big. It's hard to cover everything.
Okay.
Does he have +2? He just clicked and I didn't see.
I think he does. Yes, +2.
Okay,
so +2
Rush
guys
does not.
Tanks with +2 attacks can 2-shot tanks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Okay, here we go. Big drop over here. Rush is trying to cut Barracks in half. And this is quite a lot of tanks. And again, it's a very narrow area. It's very hard to get all of your army through this, especially when you're eating so many splash damage shots. But it seems like, in fact, Barracks has more than enough. It's completely wiping this out. And now those drop ships are going to have to go back and try to come up with something.
It was a somewhat even trade there, I would say. Barracks had actually weird stuff in his drop ships. It wasn't... He had like some vultures in there and stuff. Those aren't very helpful for clearing a drop. Look at this. Rush still has some beautiful lines set up. Look at that. Just picking off these extra tanks. And Rush taking the center. You know, you were asking about dividing the map up. It looks like this game could turn that way.
Okay, he's coming across again. This is other funny situation here with Barracks in this upper left location. This little outpost he has.
Oh, well, it's not even that many units. It's just really annoying to send anything over there.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to get anything over there to reclaim that. But the upper left main is going to be important. We see both players basically fighting to try to get some control on these mains here.
Yeah, and I feel like Barracks needs to make one more very strong move, because with Rush taking the center, like, that would be the back-breaking move, right? It's like fighting Spirit in that way, where if the map gets divided and one player has the center, they win, because you can go into BC from there.
Okay, again, not able to get that CC finished up there. The longer that Rush has this contained, though, the more problematic it'll get for Barracks here. Barracks needs to basically break free. Now, he's got a lot of drop ships, and that's how he's going to do it. But it all comes down to where he drops and how that goes. As the game continues to stretch out, there's going to be an excess in minerals here, and a lot of times that can go into turrets and other things to deny drops.
Look at this gigantic army right now, but Rush coming through, dropping off some siege tanks to reinforce. You're not going to want to attack into that anymore.
Yeah, this is, I think, an overextension.
Oh, this is crazy.
What is
Get out of there. What are you doing?
Is he going to drop in siege tank range?
Okay. Well, Rush actually, like, yeah, I guess.
How funny looking is this? Okay, he's actually going to break through here.
This was kind of sloppy from Barracks, but ends up working out.
Yeah. You don't normally see an army drop into the siege tank range and then win the fight.
He's in front of the main of Rush now, which means Rush can only ferry units out.
Okay, he's continuing to spread through.
Man, unless he has 5 tanks about to pop out, he's going to end up losing that main base.
Well, if he loses the main base, he might lose the game. It's not normally how TVT goes down. But if you get on top of Terran production, man,
it's only very late game that you have production in 2 locations, and the second location is almost always only starports anyways. So killing the main is very oftentimes winning the game.
He's getting further and further in here. Okay, it looks like barely Rush has stopped the army from actually just getting in there and sieging up on top of the factories, but he's contained inside of his base now. I mean, Rush, who had contained most of Barracks on his side of the map, now we've got a real switcheroo here. Barracks is actually out here, and there's no way for Rush's army to leave via ground. He has to get into dropships, but right now Barracks has more dropships. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, actually. Yeah, it's actually quite a bit of dropships.
They both have a lot right now.
This is the funny thing in TVT is where you see people dropping on top of drops.
Yeah. Well, that is oftentimes late game TVT. You know, you get such good upgrades that rates become, like, more paper airplaney than normal.
Yeah. Well, now that he's taken that fight pretty well, he can edge forward here. Seems like some of these tanks have enough range to hit the low ground.
This is getting really rough for Rush right now. If he had top left fully mining, I'd give him a shot in this game, but right now...
He does have center.
Yeah, he has center. That is true, but he has to ferry every unit out, and this is just, it's getting very tough. He has no real movement on the map.
Great targeting with those Goliaths. Wow, whoa. That's so much splash. And the next wave is going to come up here and take this location out again. I'm seeing Rush get further and further behind. We're seeing that not just in these attacks, but in the overall supply. And it looks like he wants to get the killing blow here. Now, this is going to be a tough spot to try to hit. Again, Barracks dropping in range of siege tanks, but saying his numbers are superior enough. Better to set up an outpost here than to try to dive bomb that with turrets and mines there.
Yeah. No, this is great. He's even just killing the SCVs. Rush is mining out of the center fully. His main is dried up. His natural was killed. Third base He lost most of his SCVs, and now he lost all the SCVs at the 4th base. So his economy is just garbage now.
This is really Barracks' game to lose right now.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine how you could lose here. He'd have to lose all his dropships going somewhere, basically, to have a shot to lose.
Which does happen.
Yeah, it's
not unheard of in TVT. It's, and so he's going to move out again here. Yeah, this is a really great game here by Barracks. I'm really impressed.
He's playing really well, man.
Even pushing up over here. Again, there's not quite enough tanks for Barracks, for Rush to take any one location out. Barracks is flying around with these dropships that are full, ready for Rush to try to take his stand. And here we go once again, sieging up immediately in range of the center, which was the only real asset that was left here for Rush.
And that is going to be that tasteless.
I think that should be a GG.
He has a GG. There's nothing left. Absolutely nothing left.
How crazy is this? In this group, Barracks is the player that emerges number
First
1.
place, even I didn't think that would be a possibility, really.
GG. Wow. Wow.
He doesn't believe it either.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
Barracks wins.
This is the year of Barracks. He did so well in the Cast from StarLeague as well.
Yeah. You can see he's really relieved.
Well, I mean,
11
first
years.
place.
First place, Artosis.
Wild.
It's funny, too, because Rush really had the lead.
Yeah, he had a
Start
very
there. He had the
strong
contain.
opening. He really did. I think he got a little bit greedy a couple times trying to like hit locations where it would have been better to sit back a little bit longer.
Yeah.
He also mismanaged when Barracks made the strong push towards his main.
Right.
You can't let that happen. Your main base is where everything flows from.
Well, we're going to go to an interview now, see how Barracks is feeling. He was promptly put on his mask again. I wonder, I can't imagine what's going on in his head. I mean, this is the biggest plot twist in ASL so far.
Yeah.
And how far can he go?
Well, this it makes it very exciting. I don't know, because I think he is going to be picked up early in the group selection. I could see even Flash picking him up, just being like, oh, a Terran that's weaker than me on these maps? Okay, no problem.
ASL 시즌 9 24간
Our first player to move on in the last group of ASL is Barracks.
만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
와,
Thank
ASL
you.
첫 합류에 16강 첫 진출. 그것도 1등으로 말이죠.
So it's your first ASL
많은 분들이
back.
지금 놀라워하고
You
계신데요.
just made it to the round of
정말 또 황병현
16.
선수 본인도 좀 믿기지 않을 수도 있을 것 같은데 소감이 어떠세요?
A lot of people are shocked. A lot of people are surprised.
일단은
It seems like you're surprised too. How are you feeling?
좀 안 됐거든요. 그래서 오늘 긴장이 안 돼가지고 좀 게임 잘 될 것 같다라는 생각이 들었는데
While I was playing games, I wasn't nervous at all.
되더라고요.
오히려 진출하고 나니까 긴장이 되시나요?
After everything was done,
너무 떨려가지고
my hands started shaking. My heart's actually pounding right now. It's suddenly, I feel more nervous than I have before. Why are you nervous? Well, I made it further.
긴장이 안 되셨던
I guess
것
it makes me
같아요.
excited, but I also feel the pressure.
스무스하게 풀어가는
But I don't really know how to explain how I'm feeling right now.
변현재 선수와의 초반 변현재 선수가 꽤나 리버 셔틀 견제가 매서웠는데 정말 수비를
Let's talk about
잘
that game against
하시고
Mini.
이후에 올인 타이밍을 잡으시더라고요.
He opened with Reaver shuttle play.
느낌을 전혀 못 받았거든요.
It seemed like his harassment was quite sharp early on, but you were pretty confident there. You shook off his harassment pretty easily. Tell us about that. Yes, I realized I defended really well. I thought if I could just keep defending these a few initial attacks, I should have enough momentum to pull through with a victory.
본인의 컨트롤에
Actually,
좀 확신이
all my control just
있었는지
panned out. I'm very happy with that game.
중반까지는 좀 꽤나 팽팽한 상황이었는데 세시적으로 올라가는 그 순간에 과감하게 드랍을
So that
판단을
match against
하시더라고요.
Rush.
저 그때
It was
이길
very
자신이
neck and neck.
있으셨는지 보기에는 조금 어려울 수도 있겠다는 느낌이었거든요.
When you sent your army to his base,
뭐 아니면 돈데 자리를 좀 이 맵 같은 경우는
It was a critical moment.
좀 넓게 잡아야 되는 그런 게 있더라고요. 그래서 좀 빈틈이 있을 것 같아서 들어갔고. 근데 그 전에는
on Escalade, it seemed like I had to have a very wide spread for my army for things to work out well for me.
그 처음에
And some of my harassment was working. Initially, nothing was working early on in the game.
나오는 상황이어가지고 당황을 많이 해서 이거 어떻게 풀어가야 되지 이런 생각이 들었는데 후반 가면 갈수록 뭔가
When I sent out scouts, I couldn't spot anything.
싸워져가지고 이겼던 것 같아요.
경기장에서 손이
But
잘
whenever we had a skirmish on the map,
움직인다는
it came out on top for
선수에게
me.
안심이 되는 부분이 없을 것 같아요. 앞으로의 황병현 선수의 경기력이 더욱더 기대가
Just basically
되는데요.
saying that it was a very gradual process winning that TVT.
좀 팬들에게 들려주시죠.
So I want to hear what your determination is going to the round of 16 and anything you want to say to the fans.
제가 저는 자신 있었는데 이제 팬분들은 좀
Actually, personally, I was
아무래도 오늘
confident,
조도 너무 빡셌고
but I
앞으로 잘하는
didn't
선수들도
expect to have an
많은데
upset as big as what we had today. Even I'm a little bit surprised.
사실 잃을 게 없거든요.
I think the round of 16 will be
긴장이 안 됐던 것 같아요.
certainly
저도
stronger opponents I'll
뭐
be facing off against.
받거나 뭐
But since
그렇진
at this
않을
point in time I have
것
nothing to
같아서
lose,
앞으로도 그래도 제가
I think
연습한
going
만큼
forward I can have an easy mindset and play my best games.
다시 한번 16강 진출
So again, I'm
축하드립니다.
still confident I can show great games.
자, 오늘의
Congratulations
첫 번째
again.
16강 진출자
Thank you.
황병영 선수와
All right,
함께했습니다.
guys, that does it. How cool is this? Anyways, time for these two jobbers to duke it out. Mini vs. Queen will be our next match.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
마법의 음료 하식스를 마시게 되면은 엔돌핀이 확 돌면서 머리에 수분이 공급되고 그리고 뇌가 바로바로 한 모금만 마셔도 뭔가 알 거야. 100ml 더 늘어나고 마시게 되면 진짜 마법의 음료. 신제품 빨강색.
반칙 아닙니까? 그것은 전설의 음료 하식스.
올 때 하식스 많이 마시자. 진짜 괜찮지?
맛있다 이거.
파랑색, 빨강색 맛 여러분들 많이들 진짜 마셔주시고 진짜로 거짓말 안 치고 맛있습니다.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정 제주 숙취 비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
All my walls are covered in words, and while you sleep, I mark my goals. Stand tall, think clear. Don't let them see a hint of fear. Lines and dots, zoom in, zoom out. Open your window, let them hear you shout. Right on the poles, right on the street. Always remember the future is near. Cut some cords, scratch some scars. Put on your cape and jump from the car. Open your mouth, take a deep breath. Run fast and don't stop at the end. You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away. 'Cause if you never try it, you never know. You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away. 'Cause if you never try it, you never know. When I was a kid, my dad used to say, don't let anything stand in your way.
ASL 시즌 9 리프레시.
Welcome back. This is so weird to say. Queen or Mini, one of these two guys is about to be eliminated.
Yeah.
How crazy is this? They could, by the way, both get eliminated today.
It is a real possibility. Rush is a very strong Terran player against both these races, so yeah, I guess we'll just see. Who do you think takes it on this map? Because I know that you like Mini's PVZ and it is very strong, but Queen is like, it's like the guy that made the 943 or whatever the hell it's called, and like 973, sorry, and into 9734, right? Into the fourth hatch.
Right now, most people that are watching this think you're just a schizophrenic person who's just spitting numbers out.
Some of the builds are called these weird things about drone numbers. So 9 drones in the main, 7 at the natural, 3 at the third, and then you take a 4th hatchery. He like invented that, and everyone thought it was imbalanced for a little bit.
Hey, you
I'm
want to
just
hear?
saying, he's very good at this matchup.
You want to hear a joke? Why was 7 afraid of 9?
ASL 시즌 9 게임
Because
준비
9 had
완료.
coronavirus.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. That's not how it goes.
에스컬레이드에서 게임을 시작합니다.
That's right. 6 7 8 9. I messed up the joke.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
why
guys.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because I know 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I messed it up, guys. Damn it. Okay, so we have cross spots here. To answer your question earlier on, I have a hard time calling this one. I think Mini has got a real shot.
Yeah.
A lot of this will be dependent on what kind of game Queen wants to play. I think on this map, Protoss just want to try to power up on 2 bases and push.
Yeah, it seems that way. The third base seems very hard to take on in this matchup.
Yeah.
Maybe harder than any other matchup for this map.
Yeah, so I mean, we have to ask ourselves, is the Zerg going to try to cheese or do something crazy? Or is the Zerg just going to try to go for, I think, probably one of the more... The 2 basic options is...
How about Proxy 2-Gate?
Oh, hell yes. Okay. Well, never mind. We don't have to talk about what the Zerg might do in the mid-game. Proxy 2-Gate is very strong. This is among the best builds to do against Zerg.
He mistimed it.
Yeah, it's late.
It is late. And,
but
he
maybe
could have just
not-
started his 9th probe and got more minerals. Oh well.
But it's okay. The timing for the Zealots to come out will be the same, because you can't immediately make the gateway if you make it right when you have enough minerals. So it should
150 minerals.
Uh-oh. 72, 80. There you go. Okay, a little bit later.
It's okay. No biggie.
Now, any map where you can build in the middle, the Zerg has to be wary of Proxy Gate.
Yeah.
So
this is our build, Tasteless.
This is our build. This is the build that I use for tournaments and that you use if you're playing Pro. Yes, but it's honestly very, very strong, and it's actually
he's like the best player in the world at it, in my opinion.
Yeah. So this is actually
Hatch first. When I scout this, I know I've won Tasteless.
This game, yeah. So this is Hatch on 12. This is actually ideal. It can be strong against pool first, like over pool, but in this situation, you're getting Zealots out way earlier than they have Lings. So he's actually trying to make it look like maybe he's going to cannon rush down there. How funny. That's a smart way to move the probe because he might pull more drones a little bit too early. Sometimes, by the way, against Hatch on 12, you make the second pylon next to the hatchery. But a lot of times you make the second pylon in your main. So a couple things to keep in mind. Zerg should not be able to keep their hatchery
dies,
up.
right?
It should. If it doesn't, then you did something wrong and you're going to lose.
And this turns into 1 base muta?
No.
No?
No. I mean, okay, there's a couple things. First, we have to see if the Zerg is going to get a wall. I'm sorry, the Protoss is going to get a wall in. Will Lings get out to counterattack? So we got to do this step by step because there's a whole bunch. There it is, the second pylon by the hatch.
All right, so he knows what's up. Do you cancel this or just... Do you need
Very
the larva
hard,
or something?
very hard. There's one of two choices. You either you let it finish and you just commit, you pull drones and try to take a very serious micro fight, or you cancel and then. But I think in this case it's clear it's already done. He can't cancel, of course.
Dude, that pylon as well, by the way, definitely screws up AI when you're trying to micro around it.
You can even make a battery like that.
Oh man!
And then it's just like, now watch, he's going to get a contain here. And so it would have to be a drone drill to try to break this, but there's even options there. The other 2 Lings may counterattack. They may try to come in here for a surround.
What's the range on a shield battery? Like, can it heal those Zealots on the ramp?
I don't think so.
Why didn't he make it a little bit closer then?
I don't know. I mean, I think he should have, but he didn't.
Okay.
I think he was just trying to make it very quickly. Sure. You know, you have everything in this moments like this. A half a second actually means a lot.
Yeah.
So he just put it down here. But he's going to get the hatchery either way. Notice how patient he's being here with this mini is. He's making sure to try to attack the eggs.
There's a drone out on the map. Do you try to hide a hatch?
Yes, 100% you try to hide a hatch. You're trying to abuse the fact that Protoss doesn't have enough locations to cover. So 4 Lings coming up here when Ling speed finishes is huge. He should have a sunken colony in the main here.
Yeah, he does have one.
Because otherwise the Protoss just rolls you. And then the Zealots have to go back. They have to defend the 2 gates in the middle, keep the pressure on here. But also, here's the moment where the Zerg can start to come back. Let's see how many probes he gets. Naturally, Protoss wants to make a Forge next to make a cannon to ensure that he won't get hit by Ling harass.
Yeah, there's Zealots coming back right now.
Okay, good catch.
Good micro.
He's gonna get, I think, 1.
Nice.
Yep. Now we have more Lings moving out. This requires a lot of attention from both sides to just make sure that they're multitasking really well. If you can't multitask, you can't Neither side can play this if they can't multitask. But the Protoss did their damage. Now it's a Zerg's turn to try to do theirs. Mini's being incredibly patient here. Even the placement of everything is quite good.
There's a lot of Lings out there, man.
But when the 8 come in here, that's when it's going to get scary. Because 8's a very high number. It's also very easy to isolate Zealots like this one. Now he might want to try to get these 2 Zealots on the ramp. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that seems pretty good for him.
Yeah. Okay, Protoss stabilizes.
And now he's got the Zealots in 3 locations. This is so funny.
So
you were telling me about this, how this happens a lot with this build.
Yeah, it's tricky.
A cannon.
Yeah, yes. Oh god, Mini's playing this perfectly. So the cannon over here makes it so that Lings will just not bust out if he can keep the wall in up here. Now he's going for the eggs. Again, this is all about balance.
Oh my god, he's going to bust that right egg really soon here.
Okay, he needs to be very careful here because there's enough Lings that he can actually just overwhelm this, and then it still is a very tough situation here. Now the battery's out.
More Zealots coming down right now. He's going to target the cannon down. He will get that before it finishes.
He does, and now he can counterattack.
Well, you better have some cannons going up. I don't think one will do it.
No, he might be able to hold it with just one.
Yeah?
Yeah. But what's more important is he doesn't lose these gates in the middle here. If you lose the gates, the Zerg can steal momentum. Finally, we have that hatch coming down here.
I love where he put it.
So this is one of the weird things about this build. It's not really about the initial rush. It's about being able to handle the very awkward mid-game. And it operates entirely differently than the main matchup because it's low econ on both sides.
He is going to get those cannons up this time, it looks like.
He needs to.
Oh, he's diving.
Okay, there's not enough. There's not enough for him.
And now he can't really get anything else out, right?
No, that's it. Now what's on the map is what he has. That's it. Oh, and there's actually going to be a counterattack over here. He knows the Lings would have to run back through the cannons. He's got to be careful.
Would it be smart to leave 2 Zealots on the ramp?
Maybe. I'm not sure. It's really hard to call. What he's done, though, is he's fished these Lings back through here, but he lost the probe and the cannons there. So I don't know if that's worth it.
Well, a lot of Lings died, and he keeps making Zealots. He doesn't have a gas yet. We're 7 minutes in, no gas.
That's a good point. Mini has absolutely no gas. Zerg is barely getting... Oh, it has not even mining right now.
Oh, my God. He can hit that hatchery?
Oh, my God.
Just kill the hatchery. Right?
I think so. Okay, he might have an overwhelming amount where he can target down the drones. And this is because the Zerg has so many Lings out on the map.
Some good drilling going on right now.
If he can just target down each drone, he's fine. There's enough Zealots that this is a real threat here. You really have to respect this. But again, drone drills can do wonders here. And now I'm wondering if this is the moment that's going to cost Mini the game.
Oh my God, the Sunken doesn't die until the last Zealot goes down there.
And now there's enough Lings out. The Zerg gets map control. No gas yet. Wow.
Well, do you get a gas? You just keep making Zealots? How's this work?
Well, I think you want to keep pressuring him because you want him to make the Sunken Colony again, right? This is actually one of the moments where I really think we need to have a worker ticker in StarCraft Remastered, just because it's so important in a game like this. Because Zerg might only have had 6 drones after that attack.
You're a coward, you StarCraft 2 apologist.
So, this is a big moment. The pylon's unpowered here. That means there's no more Zealots until he remakes this in his main. Is there no sunk?
There's no sunk. He's not getting a sunk.
The problem is that Lings are a little...
The only thing sunk in here is Mini's eyes, man. This is his hopes and dreams.
So, he's going to try to come through here. You know, I think just barely Queen can win this.
Yeah, it feels like he's taking control at this point.
Yeah, he's taking out both.
Mini's getting ready to take a base.
Yes. And he can get some cannons there, but there's a lot of Lings out here. Yeah. And this number's not going to slow down. Now, cannons are great when you have enough of them and you're defended, but if the Lings dive on top of that and kill it, you just don't get a natural.
He's making a wall, so he could just like hold position some probes in there. Right?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, he sees that the expansion's being taken.
He doesn't actually know about the base, does he?
No, he does.
Does he know?
See, the Overlord's right there.
No. I mean about Zero's base. Queen's base.
He doesn't know it, but he should suspect it.
Yeah.
Because Zerg, one of the things you want to do when you're doing this build is have either a probe or an extra Zealot just shift-click through all the other locations.
He hasn't done that, though.
Yeah.
That makes me feel like maybe he doesn't know. Right?
Yeah, but he should at least suspect it. You always suspect that.
Yeah.
You know, because whenever you have this attack work, Zerg end up with extra minerals. They just have enough money for a hatchery. So a hatch, and you can usually tell by if there's a third hatch or not in the main.
Yeah, I guess the drone did go out to scout, so
yeah,
makes sense.
He might just be fine with finding out later where that is. And so, both right now the Zerg is trying to push this out into a location where he can actually stabilize and go into mid game. The Zerg is going to get his third base back. That's over here.
He has a Hydralisk den right now.
Yes, and Hydra Tech is the threat here because we don't have a cybernetic score. There it is. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he got it at the natural.
Okay, got it. He's going to get a Stargate out here. But anyways, the scary thing is that the Zealot legs is not done. A lot of times, the follow-up from this is to power up with a strong ground army. Because Zerg's expansions were delayed, your Protoss army actually has a lot more muscle.
Yeah.
Zealots with legs, maybe 1 or 2 Templars in there with Storm and some DTs. That's not an easy fight, especially when you consider that the Zealots with speed will also have had +1 because you had a Forge already. And so Lings are pretty useless. And if you have enough speed lots against Hydras, the speed lots are better.
Yeah. Feels like, though, the production here, it's like 1 gateway against 4 hatch now.
Right. And this is why keeping control of the 2 gateways in the main is so important.
Feels like that just the attack where he didn't go for the hatchery, but instead tried to split up his Zealots and hit upon the Sunken.
Yeah.
You got drilled so many times, all the Lings came back. Feels like that was, you know, the crucial part that went wrong here.
Yeah, he should not have done that.
Feels like a hard call, though, too. That was so many Zealots.
Yeah. I thought it was going to work, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know why Protoss can't just win every game without gas.
Okay, so he's going to take out the gateway and the cybernetic score. Actually, he has the range to do that, too. Can he actually just bust in here? I think he can.
Right. Mini just scouted the third base, and his reaction didn't change at all. Is there like a road back that he's looking at right now as like, yeah, I can totally still win this somehow?
Well, he's keeping Zerg on low tech, but watch this. Zerg's going to try to bust in here now. Now, if the Hydras can actually get on top of the cannons, you know, cannons die incredibly fast. They're funny because they're so brittle. I mean, they kill things quickly, but they also, if damage actually starts to happen, they disappear quite fast.
Yeah.
Now, I don't see enough Hydras to do that. So he might have just wanted to tear down the entrance and then just try to lean back into Hydras.
Well, there's a lot of cannons. He's gone up to Templar tech. Are you going to try to... I don't think you can really squeeze out a DT, so probably just into Psystorm, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just power up into 2 base.
Yeah. Just lots of Psystorm, lots of Zealots.
Psystorm, yeah, Zealots, you want to get Dragoon range.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this going to be one where we see a bunch of Dragoons in there too?
It should be. I mean, if you're going to power up on 2 bases, you eventually have to get Dragoons.
This is a good game, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
If Mini comes back here, what a hero.
I find proxy gates that go on and don't end right away to be very interesting games.
Well, if they kill you, it's the least interesting thing in the whole world.
Exactly. But in a situation like this, the thing is, generally speaking, if the Protoss denied the hatchery, even though the Protoss is still on 1 base to start, it's more favorable for a Protoss player. You like that kind of game.
Yeah. Never-ending pro production. Whoa.
Wow, how funny. Okay, so he's going to get... Okay,
he's
this
just
is
going to
so
force him. Oh, a DT drop!
Yeah, he's just... But you know what happens with this is a lot of times the main's empty with no Overlord.
My God.
Now, this would never have occurred to me.
Brilliant.
But yeah, this is really, really smart because... He sees
looks like a
PVT.
There. Proxy 2-gate into DT drop? You kidding me?
Oh my God, there might just be too many Hydras.
Oh no.
This is actually just too much.
Oh, tasteless.
You know, Hydras in mass are so strong. Their shots fire so quickly.
What about Kate Boys, though?
Kate Boys, not so strong in mass. Oof. They did choose to wear a cape of all things. Yeah, this is, I think, just barely enough for the Zerg to kind of spoil the plans here.
And that is going to be that. You can see Mini resigns.
Wow, Mini knocked out of this group immediately. And to think that a year ago from today, he was in the finals of the ASL. Or qualified to go to the finals, right?
Yeah, this is his worst season in like a really long time. He got so many top 4s recently in KSL and ASL. Wow.
So crazy.
Well,
And so now we're going to have a ZDT to close things out. I thought Minnie did a good job to start that off, but I think if we had to go back to that moment where the Zealots tried to overwhelm, drone drills, it's drones and a sunk in that position. It's crazy how many Zealots you can hold off.
His drilling was amazing. He was making like 5 Zealots dance at all times.
Yeah, it was insane.
I mean, it's too bad to see Mini go, but honestly, this gives us a much better racial balance. We have 6 great Protosses that have already advanced.
Sure. Yeah.
And so far, we have 5 Terrans and 4 Zergs, so we'll see if Zero can add his name up there.
Okay, guys, after this short break, Rush vs. Queen. Don't go away.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
마법의 음료 하식스를 마시게 되면은 엔돌핀이 확 돌면서 머리에 수분이 공급되고 그리고 뇌가 바로바로 한 모금만 마셔도 뭔가 알 거야. 100ml 더 늘어나고 마시게 되면 진짜 마법의 음료. 신제품 빨강색.
반칙 아닙니까? 그것은 전설의 음료 하식스.
올 때 하식스 많이 마시자. 진짜 괜찮지?
맛있다 이거.
파랑색, 빨강색 맛 여러분들 많이들 진짜 마셔주시고 진짜로 거짓말 안 치고 맛있습니다.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
너무 많이 마셨다.
청정 제주 숙취 비법과 탄산의 만남. 숙취엔 가스강.
울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
Welcome to Forever, man. Let's go. Come on. This forever. No surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. And there will be no surrender. Now allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J.O.N. to the easy E.N. Know that we undefeated. Y'all are beneath them speeches trying to air a grievance. But his lines are overhead. Better check the air for clearance. Call the tower. This is ours. Clear the heat. The air apparent. Really, I've never been better. Legacy, this is forever. All the more times I've been severed. I'm raising the bar. You can go ahead and measure. Think about time for a toast. Time that we welcome to go. Yo, we're just leaving. I think about time that somebody go get them their coat. You know I got all that anthem. Come back in. What you call that add-on? Got anthems and bands with masters. Getting them right like my name was Miranda. I ain't bigger dead than alive. I ain't bigger dead than alive. One more time. This is forever. Remember the legend. He never gonna die. Yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Dead than alive. Yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. Just making sure that you know why. Because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. Come on, here we go. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here.
ASL Season 9 Refresher.
Season 9. We've done 9 of these. I guess we've done 8 of these. We're on our 9th ASL, Artosis.
Good branding.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
It didn't even occur to me to make a day 9 joke at that moment.
There you go.
Good.
It's never far from my mind, Tasteless.
Yeah.
So this TVZ we have coming up, Rush against Queen, I think that it's like maybe slight advantage Queen, but I think that this could really go either way. Rush is really strong in this matchup, and I actually don't know. A lot of times before a map, I'll have a good idea of what the player is going to do as the Terran.
Yeah.
I could absolutely see him going bio, and I can absolutely see him going with the Goliath build.
Yeah, I think either are fine. I think for Queen, it's pretty straightforward. He'll just try to get his third up. There's a lot of locations to get a third up on this map, by the way.
I think he's going to go
into Defilers,
2 hatch, and go heavy mutas. His mutalist control's really good.
Oh, that could be good too. The main's very open on this map. There's a lot of angles you can hit him at.
And that little area right next to the choke that goes to your natural, there's like a bunch of space there you can't see. So it's very good for mutas.
ASL 시즌
All right.
9.
Yeah.
Artosis,
준비
watch.
완료.
Let's see if he uses that area. Oh, well,
With those mutas, he will.
Okay.
네오실 PD에서 게임을 시작합니다.
ZVT on the dance floor.
ZVT on the dance floor.
Yeah, this music that plays before we start the game. I'm gonna ZVT all night. Okay, so Terran in the bottom right, Zerg in the bottom left.
I'm just very excited to see what opener Rush wants to go with.
Well, so many different ways this could go. I am a little bit bummed out that Mini was eliminated just now, just because he's such a great player.
Well, he's a very fun Protoss to watch. His style, in particular, I think is more fun than a lot of the Protoss players.
I agree.
I would agree
Him
with
and
that.
Best, yeah.
I like Snow as well. Snow is in
Snow-
ridiculous shape right now. Like, if Flash doesn't win this ASL, I think Snow's going to.
Snow is looking so strong. Well, Snow has been
watching
so
his
ahead of the
stream.
curve
He
lately
is-
with just everything.
Yeah, he is really good right now. Really good.
He is the man.
Yeah.
But, well, you know, one thing with Snow is he just really, he's shown the full potential of Reavers like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like, Reavers obviously were always good, but like what he does with Reavers is so crazy. I don't know.
Well,
it makes me frustrated because I can't do any of that with my Reavers at all. You know?
Yeah, Reaver is not really your unit.
No, it's not.
Every time I sit behind you and tell you to go Reavers against Terran, you just lose the shuttle.
Yeah, this is true, yeah. No, I'm terrible with Reavers. I've been trying to use them more and more, but it's like, I don't know. I need like a lot of practice with Reavers. It's tricky, though.
It is. It is.
You have to be very precise.
Oh, so it's going to be a bio opening from Rush.
Okay.
Cool. He's very good with the bio openings. This is going to be exciting, Tasteless.
You getting wiggly?
Yeah, I really am. I love
Come
SK
my wiggle
Terran.
nerd.
Just going bio opening against 2 hatch muta. It's going to be a lot of fun. See how he handles with it. But the thing is, Queen is one of those players where even against the best Terrans in the world, sometimes it, you know that thing that you always say where like, I agree with it so much. The scariest thing in the game is a really good Zerg. Because you feel like you can't do anything.
You can't get out of your base. It's like,
yeah, I can play against any Terran and any Protoss in the world not feel the same as I feel against a 2500 Zerg, where the 2500 Zerg, I can't get out of my base like you
I have
say.
the same thing.
I can't do it.
When I play a top tier Zerg,
yeah,
and it's like nothing I do works at all.
Yeah.
And never more do I feel like I don't understand the game than when I've lost to a Zerg who is way above me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't even know. I can't even leave my base, and I'm trying to expand, and nothing works, and then he just kills me.
And Queen's one of those guys where, like, I saw him play Light the other day, and Light couldn't get out of his base. And I was like, how could that be?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Flash is the only person you can even pretend is better at TVZ than Light.
When you have a game you play the entire time where you macro perfectly, and you never got to leave and attack them, you're like, am I supposed to stop playing this game?
Yes! This literally happened to me the other day.
Or the
I played
StarCraft
some
police
really
gonna come up.
badass Zerg, and it was like, I was just like, I'm depressed.
Yeah. I feel like after I lose games like that, the StarCraft police are going to come to my house and take my caster badge away.
Yeah.
It's like, Tasteless,
why are you even...
What are you doing?
Uninstall
Did you
it.
devote your life to this game? And I'm like, I did.
Yeah.
What's going on? You can't even get out of your base, Tasteless.
Yeah.
You know you're trying to expand more and kill them and stop them from taking bases. I'm like, no, I know that. I just don't even know how to get the beginnings of that going.
All right, so we already... Hold on. Okay, so did his gas just finish? Just finished now at 58, so 34.
Now I want to point out
slightly later.
Artosis is no longer casting right now. He's taking mental notes out loud for his own play.
That is true.
I know. No, I know this feeling when you're casting. You're like, okay, come on. Show me what to do.
This is an interesting thing, right? Because he's going with most Pro Terrans don't go with this gas and Academy timing against 2-hatch right now.
Right.
Most go with like a 320-ish gas, and then 15 seconds later or so the Academy. Here, he's going to have more Marines, but it'll be a little bit longer to get his stim and range out. So it's a little bit of a trade-off is all, right? Like how quickly do you need your range upgrade to deal with the Mutalisks, and it's going to be a bit later for him. So we'll see if that really comes into play or not.
Okay. This is turning into a pretty classic ZVT here. You know,
yes, very much
the
so.
muted tech coming. Here comes that first sunken colony. Terran trying to amass a strong enough bio with stim and range upgraded. Medics, of course, thrown in as well to begin that pressure play.
Yeah, and yeah, Rush is just really economizing everything exactly how he should. Has stim coming down. Queen has already thrown down the third base, which can be pretty normal.
Now, a lot of times the Terran will try to come out and force the third base to be canceled or just kill the hatchery if it's already done.
Against the 2-hatch nowadays, you generally can't get that done. It's very rare that you'll get it early on.
But this is a great play, just coming in here and taking out a few Marines, anything, and also pulling the army back in. You know, Marines and medics are fast in a way, but clunky.
Yeah.
They're hard to move around, so ever pulling them back is just a pretty good idea, and even baiting out a stim here. Now, there's no Marines present on the map. There's back defending, and so this is going to be the moment where Mutas can come in and try to continue to keep the pressure on.
Excellent turret placement so far. I believe he's adding his third racks right now. Getting some turrets down. Yeah, he has his third racks already.
How many Mutas to one-shot a Marine? Is it 4?
No, it should be 5.
5? Okay.
Because 5 times 9, right? Okay, so far it's fine, but Rush needs to get outside of his base pretty quickly here. He needs to start putting on some rail pressure. But of course, don't forget his range is going to be just slightly slower than some Terrans get.
Okay, he's going to come in now, take out this turret over here.
He can't stay too long, though, because see what Rush is doing? This is what I was talking about before, where your defense now in TVZ against 2-hatch is actually offense. You start moving out, and then the Mutas have to come back, because they don't actually have anything else.
Right. If you were to stay back and just keep hitting the main, yeah, you do some damage and take out some SCVs.
Oh! Sick catch on that Muta.
But the reality is that if you don't go back with your Mutas, you will just get run over. And stimmed infantry will obliterate a Zerg base so fast.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds of stimmed Marines presence and all.
And look, he got 2 Marines off of his main group.
Yeah.
Beautiful move. Now he's going to get all the drones. This is so big. Look at this. That is so big, Tasteless.
Yeah. Well,
like 5-6 drones for 2 Marines. Rush has the advantage.
Okay, he's got to be careful when he micros here. Rush is really getting this momentum on his side here. He's interrupted the third. He's pushing out now with his main army. Mutas are being split to try to cover both areas, but now with those Marines having been taken out, he can finally merge them all together into one. But I mean, this army that Rush has already. Oh, I love the 2 Marines split off here.
He's playing a beautiful
There's
game.
a low probability that Queen will have another sunken colony to defend that ramp. He's already lost enough drones that 2 Marines with stim will still kill all the drones.
And do you see how many turrets he's adding? Oh, I'm getting chills watching this. Literally, actually. He's put 4 turrets in each location now.
Okay, look.
Because all he needs to do is get into splash damage. And
he needs to just gun it. This is a great save here by Queen.
Yeah.
He knew of that possibility and was keeping 3 Mutas back. I thought those had merged in with the main unit set, but that was really good. Because, again, had those Marines gotten up there, they would have killed all the drones.
Yeah.
And it would have stifled Queen even further here.
Rush is playing an awesome game. He gets a supply block here, so this is a little bit of an issue. See how long that stays for.
Okay, good targeting. You want to make sure the Marines are all targeting the same Mutalisk. Otherwise, the damage will usually be so distributed that nothing's going to die.
Dude, this is a full supply block.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
He doesn't have a depot.
Are there still no depots making?
This is like such a long supply block. Wow.
+1 air weapons done here for Zerg.
Okay, as an evolution chamber, that's a big scan to see that, because you're going to continually kind of scan as Terran to see, is there a Hydralisk Den, is there a Queen's Nest, is there an Evo chamber? The Evo chamber looks like he's probably going to want to get into Ultras eventually, if the game goes that long. But Rush is in such good shape right now. Look at this. He's even going to skip Valkyries, it looks like, go directly into Vessels. Everything's been going so well for him.
Okay, so far, the Terran is edging out bit by bit on the map here. But you want to be careful not to overextend. We're finally hitting the Lurker tech. Now, with Lurkers, as soon as there's a Lurker at that third, there's no way for Terran to get up there.
Yes. In fact, that is a base where, like, I mean, I guess maybe you can irradiate it and they screw up and you can kill it, but generally you're just like, okay, that's gonna win out. But okay, so Rush, I would imagine that he's scanned and seen the Lurker tech by now, because that's like basically what you're doing with your scans is watching for switches. But he's done such a good job. Like, he has big map presence right now. He has Vessels on the way. He has 2 E-bays going.
Which is
exactly
powering hard
what you
on
need.
2 bases, yeah.
Oh, he's playing so well, Tasteless.
But Zerg is rapidly teching into Hive. We're going to have a Defiler mound out here pretty soon.
Yeah, and that's gonna prolong it, but the Vessels are gonna put on real pressure here.
Right.
Like, as long as he's not losing Vessels, unless he loses like his first 4 Vessels, Tasteless, I feel like Rush has the advantage.
Okay, he's coming through here now. He's already got Irradiate, right?
It's going to finish any time
because
now.
You need to have that Irradiate to hit the Mutas, but also just the Lurkers.
Yeah.
You can continuously take out Lurkers. Eventually, the Zerg just isn't trading very well.
You'll probably hit the Mutas with the first 1 or 2.
Right.
Because those things are still being annoying. You've got to be careful about having those around to snipe stuff off.
So we know that Irradiate's not done yet. 2 Vessels with over 75 energy, and none of them casted it just yet here.
Whoa,
okay,
whoa, that's way too many.
That's way too ambitious. It's very hard to move this many units, by the way, as Terran. You have a huge number of control groups, and if you slip your fingers on the keyboard, you can end up losing dozens of Marines in seconds. Okay, this tells me that Irradiate's done.
Yeah.
There we go, 1 right there.
There
1 on
go.
the Mutas. He needs to split that quickly.
Beautiful split.
Yeah.
Really nice.
He couldn't have done better there. But the Lurker number is quite high.
Yeah, you can't quite break that yet, but just having the Vessels, like now he has 4 Vessels. You know, 2 are at home.
Oh my God,
this is crazy.
I don't think, is this gonna work?
I don't think he should have done this.
Yeah, that's just not, oh my God, great snipe on that Vessel. Look at that, he's gonna come back in once more.
Like, it's okay to trade pretty aggressively with Bio.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he went double dropship. He's actually like,
so this is where he's
gambling at this point.
Yeah.
That's something that you would do if you're way ahead or way behind.
You're going pretty all in when you do the dropships. You need the 2 drops to work. Now, he might be able to get there right before there's any Defilers, man.
Look at this.
He might be able to
chasing him down.
Oh my God. Oh, he didn't quite control that well enough with the Mutas, but I think there's just barely enough here. Oh, you know what? He just barely doesn't have enough. I stand corrected. Wow, there's...
All right,
However,
well, only 4 Marines and 3 medics left, so he's not going to take too much damage. Cleans up most of the Mutas, so the dropships ended up working out.
Nice targeting there on that Lurker. There might be 2 more dropships, yeah.
I don't know if you're... Well, I guess you could try to drop again. Like, eventually you'll use them again, but I feel like right now he just needs to keep map control.
God!
But yeah, if he can keep some map control going, I think that's going to be the best case for him right now. Just keep hitting irradiates on everything.
Okay. 3rd base finally being taken as Terran is very quickly drying up. The Zerg, on the other hand, is in the process of taking the 4th base. And again, in these bottlenecked locations, you just can't move infantry through there as Terran.
Look at this. He's actually double expanding. Really nice from Rush. And sending that one remaining dropship up. Perfect opportunity to utilize that again.
As Consume is finishing, we also have Nidus networks being planted everywhere. So it's going to be very difficult for any location to realistically be breached here.
Yeah.
And now the drop does deny the 4th. Not bad.
That is a really big deal to deny that.
Yeah.
Keeping you on 3 bases, and with this type of map control, how do you actually get another base up?
I don't think you can because, you know, it's funny. TVZ, there's only so many locations Zerg can expand to in scrappy games.
He, like, Queen still has high supply. He has a decent drone count.
Right.
Right? He has his Consume.
Oh, he's going to go.
I feel like here, though, he has to go into Plague and really focus on Plague and win a long game.
He's going 3-base Ultra, too, which is considerably weaker than 4-base Ultra.
Yeah, considerably.
But if you can just do the right amount of damage and win a fight in the middle, maybe you can take this.
Good irradiates there.
Okay, the Dark Swarms are pretty good here. It's also possible he actually tries to go for the natural with the Defilers.
Yeah,
moving into that
every
location.
now and then you can get that, and
yeah,
suddenly Terran's screwed up. But you know, it definitely does look good for Rush, despite pretty good supply for Queen once again. But Rush is going up to those 4 bases, which means he can get even more aggressive with his irradiates. As long as he keeps his upgrades going, though, like you said, those Ultras are not going to be as strong on 3 bases.
Rush is playing the TVZ of his life here.
Well, he is playing a beautiful game. That 2 Marines split off, my God.
He's going to try to shove in. Hold on, hold on. There's not very much to defend over here.
There's a Dark Swarm Tasteless.
He's going to try to push up over here, but you know that irradiated Defiler wasn't able to get close enough to the natural, so he had to throw down a Dark Swarm where he could.
Well, he plagued. Like when it runs towards you, you have to run away. The scariest thing in the world is one Defiler running towards your army because it's going to plague you, and irradiate doesn't kill him quickly.
Yeah,
it kills him, but not quickly. So he does have that plague upgrade. He's got to gain a bunch of value off of it though, and he has to reduce the vessel count. That's one of the most important things here.
We're at a critical point right now because it doesn't seem like there's enough damage being dealt to the Terran.
Yeah.
And the Terran's sort of sitting back and waiting for this economically to just kick in. Actually, I guess it already has. He's at 150 supply.
Yeah. No, he's looking very good right now.
The lurker number is very limited. I really like how Terran's taken control of this as we're now going into the late game here. He's been putting Zerg in a really tough spot. You see, there's no really ideal place to take a 4th here. He denied the main, the 12 o'clock spot.
Yeah.
There's a natural being taken, but that can be pushed pretty quickly here.
It is tough.
The third base location, the Terrans, or Zerg's a lot of times taken different matchups, can't be taken. Terran pushed in there and already denied that. Bunkers here on the high ground. It's going to be very, very tough for any lurkers to actually do any damage here. Oh, but
what'd you say?
Dark Swarm is a good ability.
Yeah.
To have, but I think actually these vessels, in all seriousness, will come in here and just irradiate this.
He can clean it up. I don't know why those Marines are attacking.
Oh, God.
Wants to lose some, I guess.
One of the hardest things.
Look at this flank, though. Oh, my God.
This was the fight Queen needed to take.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, we want to watch and see how much damage these Ultras actually do. If he loses one of these, it's really bad. One irradiate alone will not kill an Ultra.
No.
Also, it's funny because when you do irradiate an Ultralisk, it can also be harmful to the Marines that it's attacking. So it's kind of a funny situation.
Especially if they've been plagued.
Yeah.
These lurkers are actually getting a lot of value.
He needs to irradiate these immediately if he hasn't already.
So Russia's got a little bit sloppy for a bit here.
It's hard when you have this much supply to control everything correctly.
That is for sure. But, oh, this is a good moment for him. Queen's getting a lot done with very little.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, please use your
You can see how hectic this is right now. So much is going on. I feel like maybe Rush is over-microing over here. If he just focuses on having groups of Marines everywhere and irradiates everything, I think that's enough to still carry him through this game.
I think so. Well, Zerg does not have that 3rd up and running yet. I think if Terran can just...
Oh, if he gets
these irradiates off, he needs to get something over there at the top, at the 12 o'clock spot. I mean, there's I think, what is it, like one lurker defending over there? He takes out that hatch.
Yeah, it might be.
Okay, it's an Ultralisk Lings and one lurker. But that's manageable.
Well, especially with this many vessels.
Yeah.
But when he's flying this far forward with the vessels, if just randomly there's some Scourge up here, that's where you can start to lose control. You really still do need the vessels.
But there's not.
Yeah.
he gets away. And look at this, even this Ultralisk, this isn't going to do enough. He's actually just throwing this away. He's on 3 gases. So every time he loses an Ultras, it's actually a disaster.
He's making a dive for the main base. Wants to get on top of that production. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, this could work. Well, he's going to pull the army back, but I think if these Ultras get stuck in here, they're going to get executed.
Well, they're definitely stuck in here.
Yeah.
They're not going home. Now, Zero has to do something with this time he's bought himself with this, because Rush is still on 4 base.
And Rush is looking to punch back here. All Rush needs to do is actually take out the 12 o'clock spot. Scourge are coming through here, but I mean, the vessel count is already so high.
What's he got, like 12 vessels right now?
He could, of course, send the vessels across the map and try the Eraser over here. That's where the 2 vessels irradiate each other, and then it almost like in a scrubbing motion, take out the workers. Yeah.
Yeah. The Eraser is really a perfect name for it.
Yeah. I love the name of that technique.
It's one of the most fun things to do in the game, too.
Okay, so he sees this. Of course, this is easy irradiate targets, which is only going to give Zerg, a small window of time to try to hang on. He actually tried stacking, and that was pretty sick.
Yeah,
I think he got every irradiate off, though. That is a smart trick, though. If you set them all directly stacked on each other, you can only irradiate one at a time.
Well, I guess he's going to kill this base, isn't he?
Well, hold on.
Yeah, he doesn't
no Dark
cast
Swarm
any spells there.
Oh my God, this counterattack is crazy. Hold up. Hold the phone.
Yeah.
If he gets a Dark Swarm on the barracks.
Oh, he's being a little bit sloppy with his 4th. His 4th is like the most important thing on the map right now.
Yeah.
It's great that he's...
Oh, this is sick.
Oh my God, there's just things going on absolutely everywhere.
This game is crazy. He's going to get the Defiler mount. Now, there's already a lot of Defilers out, I think. He's going to get this, though. He denies the Anitus. He takes out the hatchery. The 4th piece is gone. That being said,
big sight.
He has Dark Swarms on top of the barracks.
That being said, he still has like 12 vessels. Well, maybe not 12, but like 8 vessels, let's say.
Oh my God, this irradiated Ultra is just going to kill all these Marines. It's so crazy. Yeah, but he has a Spire Orthosis. He can just get a bunch of Scourge.
Well, if he micros the vessels correctly, he can reclaim his main. Oh my God, he has no production anymore. 4 bases, what does it matter if you can't make anything? Look at this, a couple mutas coming over that are left over.
Oh my God, what a back and forth game.
This is an insane game.
I think Queen might have done it. He's going to try to remake all these barracks over here, but right now his main is being decimated. He can't rebuild over there. And there's so many Ultras here. I don't think there's going to be many more Irradiates for a little bit here for Terran. I mean, it's a low energy spell. It'll come back. Oh, wow. Actually, he has a lot of energy.
He needs to even irradiate those mutas. I know that doesn't seem like that important, but it actually is.
No, he can irradiate his Zergling and all.
Oh, absolutely. Just spend the stuff. Oh, my God. Is Queen actually going to win this with a 3-base economy?
And here's the thing is he's done so much damage now, the 4th base should be easy to retake, right? I mean, there's hardly anything left over here.
This is craziness. There's nothing left in his main. His 4th base is gone. You rebuilt a couple barracks at the 3rd, but there's no other space to build in there? And now he plagued the vessels!
This is such a crazy game here.
Oh my God!
And these mutas with the glaives, they're going to start one-shotting these vessels so easily.
Oh my God! Rush was in such a good position. He had such a nice opening in mid-game. Late game, though, just having a hard time. Maybe over-microing a little bit.
Look at Rush has 2K minerals and 2.2K gas. He can't even spend it.
He can't.
All he has is these vessels, and I just don't think there's enough irradiates. I suppose he could try to come across the map and do the Eraser.
You see, just like hit his head on the desk or something. He bent all the way forward there. You can see this frustration coming out.
Yeah, well, as the dust settles here, you really see, there's no way out.
Wow!
GG.
What a game! What a game!
And look, Queen can't even hide his smile.
Dude!
That was so sick.
He was in a terrible spot from the moment those 2 Marines killed 5 drones.
Yeah.
And Rush was in control until like the last couple minutes.
Damn, man, that was pretty sick.
Wow, he just pulled him apart there. That was beautiful. Beautifully done by Queen.
You can see the relief, too. I mean, it was when he took out the production. Had Terran been able to just keep producing Marines and more vessels and tanks and what have you.
If he can spend his money, it's fine.
But he doesn't have enough. And eventually, when you take out the production like that, the Zerg is going to have enough time to get a Dark Swarm on the key part of your remaining army and kill it. I mean, that was an uphill fight there for Queen. And Rush basically almost had him cornered. No fourth base location. He just had to keep that while he sits on 4 bases and powers up. But in a crazy game, Queen comes out on top with a real epic finish there.
That was a lot of fun. This was a great day of games overall.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Crazy upsets. Can't believe Mini was our first player eliminated.
Yeah, look at the games that Queen won to get through against Mini and Rush. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Come from behind.
We're going to go to an interview now with Queen and see how he's feeling. He is the last player to advance out of the round of 24.
ASL 시즌 9 24강 F조 경기
So
모두
for
함께
ASL season 9,
하셨습니다. 자, 이로써
our second
16강
player to
진출자가
advance
모두
from
가려졌는데요.
Group F
마지막 16강
is
진출자 김명원
Queen,
선수
our last
만나보시죠.
player.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
네, 감사합니다.
Thanks so much.
와, 오늘 승리한 경기 모두 사실 쉽지 않았던 경기였는데
Wow.
어렵게 승리를 따내면서
Well, talk about a tough
16강
series at
진출
the end there.
확정 지으셨습니다. 소감이 어떠실까요?
I bet you're so happy to make it to the round of 16. How do you feel?
이렇게 힘들게 올라갈 줄
So
몰랐는데
honestly, I didn't really
그리고
expect that I was going
마지막
to
경기
have tough
솔직히
games today. I
별로 안
thought
좋았던 것
things
같아서
would be a little bit easier for me.
부끄러웠던 하루가 아닌가 싶어요 오늘은.
I think the final
마지막
match,
최종전 경기에서 사실
I was really happy with that
유영진
game.
선수의 대슬도 워낙 많았고 계속해서 수비와
I feel like actually
견제를
kind of bad. I
반복하기엔
think I should have
좀
played
힘들어
better.
보였는데 어느 순간 좀 본진을 급습하면서 좀 역전이 됐던 것 같아요.
네.
경기
저도,
하면서도 좀 얼떨떨하셨나요?
네, 저도
So you
멀티가
had
계속
harassment
깨지고
and timing
배슬이
attack
쌓이는
back and forth.
상황이어가지고
What was the moment where you
힘들다
knew that you were going to win
생각을
there?
6시 쪽으로 울트라 저글링이 몰래 잘 빠져가지고 그걸로
When he had
이득을
so
많이
many
봤던
vessels,
것
I
같아요.
thought, oh, there's no way I can win this. It's going to
위기의
be very tough.
순간에서 기지를 발휘했던 건 또 최종전뿐만이 아닌데요. 변현재 선수와의
but I think my
경기에서도
timing
사실
attack
초반에는 앞마당까지
was
깨지면서
pretty good.
어려운 상황이었는데 9시 몰래 처리를 가면서 분위기가 좀 바뀌었어요.
네, 그래도 경기력은 별로 안 좋았는데 그런
Let's talk about the game you had
판단이나
against Mini.
센스는 그래도 뭐 괜찮지 않았나.
You had that sneaky expansion over at 9 o'clock.
자, 이로써 이렇게 16강 진출이 확정됐는데요. 마지막 16강
Says, yes, I was very relieved I was able to get that extra base up.
진출자들에게 좀 한마디
I think if I had not
해주신다면요.
got that hatch up, I would not have won.
네, 어렵게 그래도 막차를 탔는데 다들 뭐 좋은 경기 펼쳤으면 좋겠어요.
Says, yeah, even if I had a really tough series today, but I'm very
아니요, 딱히 없는데
happy I made it to the round of
이런 거
16.
물어보시면은 뭐 이영호, 김태경 선수를
I'm going to have to work hard and show even
저는
better games the next time around.
개인적으로 또
예.
충분히 있으셔서
민철이는 뭐
Are there any particular players you want to face off against?
선수들이 너무 많기 때문에 뭐 굳이 저랑
Well,
안 해도 될 것 같고 예, 저는 그리고 타종족전을
People are
하고
saying
싶어요.
it's Sulky or Bisu,
저저전보다는
네네.
but I actually want to
오늘
face off
김명훈
against.
선수의 경기를 끝까지 함께 지켜봐주신 팬들에게도 한마디 해주시죠.
And he just doesn't want to face off against other
오늘
Zergs.
되게
Makes sense.
힘들지만 올라갔는데
Any words to your
이제
fans?
앞으로 16강은 정말 준비를 더 열심히 해가지고 좀 더 좋은 경기력으로 보답하도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
I'm happy I made it to the round of 16. Keep watching me and cheering for me. I'm going to work hard and show an even better performance than I did today. All right, let's see the match results.
This game, these games today were out of control. The results were just upside down of what anyone thought would happen.
I know.
Barracks
Barracks
wins
gets out first.
And then Queen coming from behind, 2 big deficits against Mini and Rush, and ends up getting out.
Really a big bummer here for Mini. I think that, you know, this all goes back to Intercoven. You have to take these maps, even if they favor you, you have to take them seriously.
Yeah.
And I think he was pretty cavalier with where he was dropping, and that allowed Terran to get that momentum. And then, I guess you're in the losers match against Queen. The proxy gate, I thought, you know, the last 2 games were our most sophisticated games, like really impressive. But I mean, Queen is very good. And by the way, let's not forget that Queen lost to Rain in the same way in proxy gates in KSL.
is that right?
That gave him a long time to go back and think about how to handle that. And so, yeah, I mean, it sucks for Mini, but he's out. We'll see him again in other tournaments, I'm sure. But this is a real day of reckoning here.
Yeah. He's too good not to qualify for any StarLeague.
Let's see what happens with Barracks. And Rush, of course, I look forward to seeing more of his games in the future. And so here we go. 5 Terran, 6 Protoss, and 5 Zerg. That's as even as you can get.
No, it's pretty much perfect.
David Kim strikes again. His
and look at
balance
this. Look at
patches.
the names. Like the 5 Zergs. Can you choose better Zergs? The Protoss lineup is really sick. I look at the Terran lineup and I'm like, Flash, Light, Sharp, yes! And then Mong and Barracks?
Yeah.
Cool. I mean,
Good
okay.
luck, fellas.
I think they could be picked up a little
we've
bit
got
early.
some real underdogs here.
Yeah.
I think with the Protoss lineup, you can be very happy with that. These are all the different types of Protoss plays here, so we're going to have a lot of diversity. Tom Zerg, of course, is welcome to be here with his pantheon of gods.
Well, Soma is
look, I mean,
God himself.
Let's just say what everybody's thinking is Flash going to win again. He's supposed to, right?
He's supposed to. He's still the best
You're a
player
betting
in the world.
man. You've got to go with Flash. But
yeah,
I will tell you, the StarCraft 1 is so competitive right now, and people are really mapping this game out more and more and more. The game's not going to go anywhere. So maybe we'll have someone else rise up to the top. I welcome that.
No, I mean, there's, especially with these maps, there's a real possibility Flash doesn't end up winning. He hasn't been as active, it seems, but it seems like he's practicing in pretty hard.
Yeah.
I think Snow is in ludicrous shape. I have endless respect for Sulky's skill as well.
Yeah, you never want to count Sulky out. And look, I mean, Snow, he's got the best PBT of all time. Yeah. I know he did not beat Flash in a previous ASL finals, but, I mean, he can come back, dude. He's really, really good.
He's really good.
My headset is caught on something, Artosis. What's going on here? Here we go.
It's on your feet. Okay, so here's what the schedule looks like. I don't know if we're going to show it on screen. But,
yeah, that's good you're going to bring this up. Go ahead.
Next week is the group selection. So we aren't going to have any actual ASL games next week. It's just the group selection. So I guess you and I have a lot of time off.
Again.
There's
a lot of StarCraft we're supposed to be doing sometime this year. I have worked so little.
I know.
It's weird. I thought, honestly, it was going to be pretty cool to have this imposed vacation. I don't think I ever want to go for more than 6 weeks without working. That's long enough where I'm like, all right, can we do something?
Yeah. It was certainly.
I'm starting to get stir crazy, and then the coronavirus, not really leaving my house, and
it's very weird.
Strange times here. Guys, get out there. Well, if you're in Korea, don't get out there. Stay inside and wash your hands.
And watch the group selection. And it's always fun, group selection, StarCraft 1 or 2. These guys have a lot of personality.
Yeah.
I guess that's about it. And then we'll be back the week after that.
And we'll keep you guys posted if there's any other schedule changes, as I'm sure you guys know if you've been following the news. It's pretty crazy out here. But we'll let you guys know if anything changes from there. Thank you for joining us. We love you. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
ASL Season 9 Reflection.
There's a great big bad black hole in your heart, and it keeps rolling me up. There's a great big bad black hole in your heart, and it keeps rolling me up. Take me like a pill, take me like a pill. No one ever will feel the black hole in your heart. Who we are, who will we be?
ASL Season 9 Reflection.
Like we were just kids.